Pre-game show on the Fan Sports Network.
Well, good evening. Greetings, salutations from the field house at Crimson Cliffs High School. Not just for any game, it's a playoff game. Glad you're with us here. Pre-game show built by Bucks Ace Hardware, Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist. We've got the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs who come in at 12-10, 7-5 after the Region 9 schedule against the Hillcrest Huskies, who come in 9-14 overall, 4-8 in their region. And Ben, throw all the records out the window. It's win and move on, lose, and the season comes to an end.
You said it, Devin. It's one of those nights that, look, unless it's Dixie versus the number 23 seed, this is one of those situations that it's 0-0 for the next 5 games in the state of Utah for a classification.
You know, you look at the NCAA tournament, how often do we say the 5-12, the 6-11? Well, you never know, and so this is going to be a lot of fun tonight. Hillcrest didn't come all the way down from Midvale, Utah, just to get beat by 20. Crimson knows that, hey, a lot of people think they got a very favorable draw because they get the home game, and then they got to go play Green Canyon, but they do dodge teams like Logan and Ridgeline. Still a tall order to go up to Cache Valley if they win tonight, but all these teams are thinking about just getting a quarterfinal game at Utah Valley on Monday morning.
Yeah, and we don't have enough time to get into the whole discussion on parity at every level these days. You look at the NBA, you look at college, and even in high school, there's so much parity. So as much as the record is who you are at some point in the season, this game, it's 0-0 in terms of these two schools. I think, you know, Hillcrest came down a day early. They didn't show up today, which is kind of an unusual thing in the state of Utah for the way they travel. So they came down. This is a team that shoots a lot of threes, Dev. We'll talk about that. And they will be ready to play Crimson. And I think Crimson will be ready too. I think they've done a good job of not, overlooking anybody all season because of the strength of their schedule. That will serve them well in a contest like this.
We are excited about our coverage. This is our simulcast game tonight, radio and on the live stream on the fansportsnetwork.com, our YouTube page, as well as KSLSports.com. But we do have 3 other stream links up on the fansportsnetwork.com. So if you're looking for Pine View's home game tonight, or Desert Hills, or even the road game Hurricane at Bear River, all those links are on the fansportsnetwork.com. But this is our Boulevard home game of the week, and we're all fired up to be here. Of course, the big tall order, looking at the size mismatch, Sean Feltz has a big size advantage, Ben, and Big Sean comes in leading scorer for the Mustangs, 20.6 points per game, 7 rebounds. Pretty safe to say he's, every time he shows up, our Finley Subaru Star Watch player to keep an eye on, because looking at their roster, the tallest player they have is 6'8", Zach Tanner, which could be a kind of an equalizer a little bit. So I got eyes on Sean Feltz tonight.
And they've got another guy, Patrick Oviad, who's 6'6" as well. Sean has had an advantage all year. Really, nobody has been any bigger than him, certainly not as long and athletic. And this will be a really interesting matchup because, they know about him. By this point of the season, there's no surprises. But the thing to watch, Dev, is going to be these teams have never played each other, right? By this point of the season, you've played Dixie 3 times. You've played all the other region schools twice. You're used to seeing them because they're in your region. We're talking about a team that's, 245, 260 miles away. You've never played against them. So it'll be interesting to watch how these two teams start. I think you're going to see a lot of man-to-man from Crimson. I think you could see some full-court pressing from Hillcrest. Of course, we'll talk about that in the keys to the game.
The guy I want to pick is our Star Watch player, again, brought to you by Finley Subaru for the Huskies, Damani Wilkerson. I've been watching him in warm-ups. 6'3", but he went through the legs, off the glass, double pump slam. This kid is athletic as they come, and he's also one of their best three-point shooters. So we'll see what Wilkerson do tonight. He comes in averaging 11.7 points per game, 5.9 rebounds per game, which is a pretty good number for 6'3", the size and height for Wilkerson.
He'll be certainly somebody to watch for them. He is their leading scorer. He's their most athletic player. And yes, you get that guy in open field and open court, he's a highlight waiting to happen. Crimson's going to have their hands full. Again, I think we're going to see some full court press out of these guys on made baskets. That will be something to watch. And, a team like Crimson, who has struggled the last 2 weeks with turnovers, I don't know if that'll be what it comes down to, but that'll certainly be something to keep our eye on.
John Judkins, Utah Tech basketball coach, and his wife just entered the field house here at Crimson Cliffs. Juddy,
interesting.
Only one game this weekend for the Trailblazers. Of course, the Fan Sports Network, your home for Trailblazer basketball. It'll be Saturday on the road at UT Arlington, and we'll have it for you. But Juddy enjoying just that one game this week, so getting out to see some local playoff action here tonight.
Maybe we'll be able to get him on the halftime show. That might be interesting.
Yeah, we can probably try to make that happen. Let's do this. Let's take a break. Come back. More of our pregame show built by Bucks A. Sauer. Get on over there for all your spring and garden needs for inside and outside your home. 2-minute break. We'll come back. We'll start breaking down the keys to the game for you and closing on tip-off. The Huskies visiting the Mustangs. Playoff 4A basketball coming up next on the Fan Sports Network.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile. Scooter's Coffee, open 7 days a week.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
This is Parker. This is Jason with Team D Auto Sales. Supporting local sports for over 20 years. That's 2 decades. Come to Team D Auto Sales at 488 East St. George Boulevard or teamdautosales.com. Yeah!
Team D.
Give to local charities and help train first responders.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture? Your go-to for dorm rooms, kids' rooms, and first homes? Well, the times have changed and Down East has changed with you. Down East is proud to offer our beautiful collection of high-quality furniture designed to elevate your space and make a statement. From stylish sofas and dining tables to cozy bedroom collections. If you're starting fresh or looking to upgrade, Down East has everything you need to create the home you'll love.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegber from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
The Fan Sports Network is your home for local sports. Catch The Drive with Devin Dixon from 7 to 9, and From the Bleachers with Caden Formaster and Mark Musgrave from 4 to 6. Plus, Utah Tech and high school sports live on the radio and streaming on the fansportsnetwork.com.
Welcome back to our pregame festivities built by Bucks A. Sauer. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist here with you tonight. Crimson taking on Hillcrest. And Ben, we've watched some film. We've kind of seen Crimson all year. We've got to know Hillcrest a little bit. Very athletic team. Very dangerous. I had Coach Murdoch on in our coach's comments this morning. And Coach said if they win, they'll join us in the post game. But this morning he said, we've got to defend the three. They do like to shoot a lot of triples tonight. So that'll be something to watch for. And Coach Murdoch said he's a little bit nervous. This is, he's been a long-time assistant coach in the region, but this is his first head coach playoff game. So he said, "Yeah, I had trouble sleeping last night. I was up at 3:30 a.m. And so the nerves are there for Coach Murdoch. And I'm sure once game kicks in now and all the lead-up gets over with and it's time to play ball, he'll settle in for his guys."
Well, when you look at the matchup and you say, okay, this is a Hillcrest team that has lost the last 6 of their 7. Crimson has had they had a little bit of a rough patch in the second half of the region, but stabilized that the last week or so. And so if you look at the records and you go, okay, like how should this go? It should probably be Crimson by 15 to 20. But you just never know. When you've never seen an opponent, you're trying to get as much tape as you can. Luckily, these days, it's easier to get. But until you see them in the flesh and blood, on the court, until you see their size, you see their athleticism, and you see how they run things, you can be as prepared as you want. But until that ball's thrown up and tipped, boy, it's hard as a coach to feel comfortable.
It's almost so much easier, too. When you and I played high school basketball and you went on to play college basketball for the Ducks and whatnot, whatnot, we didn't have huddle where you could pause it, go to the next play, go back to this play, chart all the sets. We were like pausing the VHS.
Yeah,
it's completely changed with huddle and everything that these coaches have to their disposal.
So in high school, it was VHS. At the University of Oregon, of course, that's a higher level. We were able to get DVDs, but I still remember our first, in 1999, we're playing Seton Hall in the first round of the NCAA tournament, and I remember our basketball ops guy running to the Eugene airport to grab the film on Seton Hall because we had to have it flown like the day before, because we played. You got to see the break on Monday to find out who you play, the bracket release, and then you're playing on a Wednesday or a Thursday.
Right.
And so that had to be overnighted so that we had it Monday so that we could actually throw together a scout for that first round matchup against Seton Hall, which, by the way, we lost in overtime.
I'd hate to hear that. By the way, now you just log in and you start breaking it down.
Yeah.
And all the kids have access. They can create highlight reels.
Different angles. You've got somebody who's doing advanced scouting. But at this point, look, this is what I love about high school basketball. The college game is great. The pro game is less great. But the high school is it's such a fun level because it matters to these guys. It's important to these guys. Just about, you talk about Coach Murdoch having the restless nights. You better believe this Crimson team and this Hillcrest team were up last night with a little bit of the butterflies in anticipation of this matchup.
Yeah, not a double elimination tournament, single elimination tournament. Everybody has the hopes of getting to the quarterfinals at UVU on Monday. The Fan Sports Network will be there. We'll be teaming up with Bear River Live, and we'll be streaming and simulcasting all the games, boys and girls. And, of course, we'll have the boys and girls games also with a Region 9 team in it right here on the radio on the Fan Sports Network. All right, let's take a look at our Team D auto sales keys to the game tonight. And Ben, on the road for the Hillcrest Huskies, obviously going to be important to get off to a hot start. And Coach Murdoch also mentioned he'd love to see his guys get off to a hot start tonight. So that's going to be important for both teams.
Yeah, I think as the home crowd, that's important too. But for the visiting team, the lower seed in terms of scheduling and RPI, Hillcrest has got to make sure they don't get out of this thing before it's even started. To be down 11 or 12 on the road in a hostile environment, that's going to be a problem for them. And then, we talked about the Star Watch for a guy like Sean Phelps. You got to find ways to get him into that 14, 15 points. Boy, if he gets 20 plus, that usually means Crimson's doing a lot of good things. And then this is a team that relies so heavily on the three-pointer. They've made 115 threes on the year. What's interesting about that, Crimson's made 114, so well evenly matched. One difference in 3 points made this season.
And Crimson's not known in Region 9 for being one of the more three-point shooting arsenal teams.
No, yeah, like I said, I think by this point of the season, people know your tendencies. So they lost 6 of their last 7, did Hillcrest. So I think that's teams identified. Okay, they don't have the size like Crimson does or some of these other teams in the 4A. How can we take the ball out of their hands and out for that three-point line? So they made some of those modifications. And then I think they've really got to mix up looks. And what I mean by that is you've got to have some zone, you've got to have some man to keep Sean off balance and those other guys. But then I think we're going to see some pressing, which Crimson, and in fact, I haven't seen much of that in the region all year. It's a hard thing to incorporate into a high school program. And then you look over at this Crimson side. They've got to defend that arc because that's how Hillcrest is going to rely. They have to limit their turnovers. They've got to own the paint, not just in scoring, but also in rebounding. And then tonight, who will the third scorer be for this Crimson team? You're going to get something from Phelps. We haven't even talked about Scoop Johnson. He's back and he's scoring. Who will the third guy be to lift this Crimson team to the next round?
Yeah, Scoop Johnson's been back for 3 games now, and they were 4, and they've won 3 out of the 4. And Scoop, 14.9 points, 4.1 rebounds, 4.8 assists, and how about this? Leading the team with 2.7 steals per game. So second scoring, second in rebounding, first in assists, and first in steals. And you infuse him back into the lineup, and he gave them a big boost at the pit in the regular season finale where they beat the Pineview Panthers. And that's probably what got them this matchup, which a lot of people in Region 9 looked at Crimson's draw and says, hey, that's not a bad draw for the Mustangs. They could do some damage here. So we will see. We are moments away from the tip-off. This has been the pregame show built by Bucks Ace Hardware. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the starting lineups brought to you by House's Jump and the Tip. It's the Huskies and the Mustangs coming up next on the Fan Sports Network.
Relatives coming to visit, not enough room, or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool? Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit St. George, Utah, vacationrentals.com.
Here at Custom Lighting Solutions, we provide the perfect answer to lighting your home and property.
No matter the occasion, you can trust our product to make your house fun and beautiful.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
As multiple generation builders exclusively in southern Utah, Devin, Craig, and James Sullivan of S&S Homes were born in St. George and have been building exceptional homes since 1980. S&S Homes has 8 neighborhoods with homes for all stages of life. If you're ready to take a tour of one of our move-in ready homes, visit sshomes.info.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Red Ledges Dermatology and Med Spa, specializing in general and cosmetic dermatology, treating acne, rashes, warts, and more. They even do cancer screenings and offer a free chemical pill with your first appointment. So if you need dermatology, think Red Ledges Dermatology, located just off Snow Canyon Parkway, St. George.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes from Logan to St. George for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified team in all of Utah. Call 435-251-2299 to find the location nearest you.
Indulge in luxury at Outdoor Living. Join us at the St. George Parade of Homes this week. Discover our exquisite patio furniture, showcase in select homes. Elevate your outdoor living space with us. Visit our showroom today.
What a rendition of our national anthem from one of the students here at Crimson Cliffs. I wish I had her name while we were in a commercial break there, but it was amazing. Great job there.
And I would say they've had some of the best performers all year. We've got the Jimi Hendrix guy. We've had a couple of male, female performers. I think it's been great all year.
I agree. Let's get to starting lineups again, brought to you by House of Jump Indoor Trampoline Park. They encourage you to bounce off the walls at the House of Jump, 415 South Dixie Drive. Next time you're in St. George, or if you live here, make sure you stop by and plan your kid's next birthday party at the House of Jump. It will be, like we mentioned, our Findlay Subaru Star Watch, Damani Wilkerson, first to be introduced. They do have a lineup change. Number 23 is getting the nod. That is Mahler. There's two Mahler brothers.
That's a brother.
Yeah.
Miles had started points in the season. Looked like they swapped a brother out for Anton.
Zach Tanner, Rhett Robinson, and Isaac Miller, the other starters for Coach Sluga. And the Huskies, again, 9 wins this year, 4-8 in their region, but trying to pull off the road upset here in the first round of the 4A state basketball championships in the great state of Utah. As you can see there for our online viewers, Crimson starters. This has been kind of the starting lineup from the start of the season and then the last 3 games. But, of course, with Scoop Johnson injured, they had a variety of different. Noah Marsden got the start for a lot of the season. Obviously, senior night, they shuffled some things around a little bit. But this is the go-to lineup, and you'll see these guys play the bulk of the minutes. But Crimson does have one of the deeper benches. They're not like the Dixie Flyers that have a 6-man rotation. They can play 8, 9, even 10 deep and not have too big of a drop-off. Coach said in a playoff game, that's really difficult to do and keep guys in rhythm. So I'm looking at that 6, 7, maybe a little bit for that 8th guy tonight from Coach Scott Murdoch.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. You're going to see Still Barb, and you're going to see no one else. And I think you're for sure sure going to see Noah Marsden, who had filled that starting position and has had some great scoring outputs all season. I think you're going to see 8 guys, depending on maybe foul trouble, some things like that. But for all intents and purposes, I think you're going to see an 8-man rotation. And I think you'll see something similar from this Hillcrest team. I think they'll play 8 guys as well. And I think we're going to have a great matchup tonight. I think this is going to be really interesting to see how these two teams start, what they come out in defensively for Hillcrest, and how quickly Crimson can get out the gates.
And for our radio audience, the starters, Scoop Johnson, McKay Lindquist. You got, of course, Drake Carroll. Then you got Trevor Taylor and Sean Phelps. So those are the starting 5. Again, appreciate House of Jump. And if we get a dunk, House of Jump dunk tonight, we'll let you know the text line to call in to get 1 hour free jump time. You text in, they'll send you text back, hey, show this at the door, and you get a free hour for everybody that texts to the text line. So, Big Sean, we see you out there. Can you give us one of those tonight? He's had a lot of dunks this year. He's double-digit dunks on the year, and it wouldn't shock anybody to see him hammer down a couple tonight. Let's jump it up, and it's won by the Huskies, and they will take over with the opening possession of the game. They're wearing the black jerseys with the green numbers and green trim, home whites with the red numbers, blue trim for the Mustangs. Drive to the baseline, kick it back out to the wing. Wilkerson thought about the 3, dumps it down to Mahler. Anton Mahler lost his dribble. He'll kick it outside. That is Rhett Robinson, and now they'll reset it.
And so far, we're seeing Crimson come out in that man-to-man, very pressured from what they've done so far this season.
Turnaround jumper by Robinson, in and out. He only had 6 on the shot clock. Not a bad look. Here come the Mustangs. Carroll on the wing. Whips it to Lindquist straight away. Over to Trevor Taylor, who's looking at an entry to Big Sean. Nothing there. Goes back out top. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Now they double Big Sean. He hooks it up with the right hand. It spins out. Taylor putback, no. Phelps another putback. Oh, yeah, got it.
And you see the size advantage early. Trevor Taylor's been a great rebounder all year. Of course, when you're 6'11" and you're Sean Phelps, you should get them all. But a great job of keeping the ball alive.
We are underway. 2-0 Mustangs. Wilkinson's House of Lighting, our scoreboard sponsor. Light it up with lights, fans, home decor, and so much more. At Wilkinson's. Inside Wilkerson, high kiss off the window, and down it goes.
And this is something that they've done all year. They've posted up Wilkerson, and he's done a great job. He loves both sides of the block, and that'll be something we'll see a lot of tonight.
We'll be keeping track of rebounds tonight, brought to you by Red Rock Real Estate. We also got a bunch of awards we'll hand out in our post-game show. Player of the game, sub of the game, play of the game, things like that. Shot from the corner won't go from the triple.
A great kick out from Scoop Johnson from our angle. That thing looked dead on, but a little short.
Miller holding with it. And Isaac Miller still keeping his bounce alive. Defended by Carroll. He'll kick it out. Anton Mahler goes right wing to Wilkerson. He'll hoist a 3. It's off the backboard wide right. And here comes Carroll wanting to push. Doesn't have numbers, so teardrops it up and in. A little floater in the middle of the key, and down it goes.
It's probably my least favorite shot at every level, but I like when a guy's on balance and in rhythm going towards the hoop as opposed to just floating in when he's on baseline. It's a nice shot when you're directly in front of the basket.
Drive to the middle. Cut off. Zach Tanner will kick it back out. 4-2 Mustangs. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist, Boulevard home game of the week tonight here from the Fieldhouse. 3 in the air, and down it goes. Nothing but the bottom for Isaac Miller.
And this is their second leading scorer, Miller is. So that's a guy who's used to catching and shooting without much hesitation.
And Drake Carroll trying to answer, too strong on the baseline, 12-footer. And rebound to the Huskies. Hillcrest has their first lead after that Miller 3, and now a possession here. Up 5-4. Drop it inside to Wilkerson. Wilkerson backing down. Good defense by Lindquist, and that's perfectly played, and he misfires. Lead pass ahead. Oh, too far out in front of Sean Phelps.
And early in a game like this where momentum is so crucial, those are the ones you've got to be sure about. You can't just throw it up the court. You've got to make sure it's there as you're establishing momentum.
Zach Tanner gives it over to Miller. Miller bounces it down low. Ball hits the underside of the rim, and Crimson controls it. Here comes Carroll. Euro step lay-in. No. Put back. No by Phelps. 2 good looks from the right side would not fall for the Mustangs.
And this is a Hillcrest team that is, they've averaged almost 30 rebounds a game. Crimson has only averaged about 24. So hard to believe that, Crimson would be out-rebounded by many teams as we see a 3 go up here.
And Rhett Robinson misfires, but they get a rebound like you were talking about, and a foul. foul, and they'll head to the line for an and one opportunity. Anton Mahler got the putback.
And this has been a little bit of an Achilles heel for this Crimson defensive unit. Is Big Sean has got to move more. I know you're big, and I know you're out there, and you got the length. You got to make sure you're guarding somebody. Standing underneath the hoop isn't good enough against these 4A teams.
And again, Zach Tanner goes 6'8", so that was kind of what we were looking at with the size. He had given up a couple inches, but he's not like he's only 6'4". Yeah. He's 6'8".
He should be back there directing traffic and telling people where to go as the big fella.
Outside, Lindquist over to Carroll, now to Feltz. Ball fake, backing his way down, terminate, whip pass to Trevor Taylor. He'll hoist a three, no good, and rebound to Mahler.
And so far, I don't think any team really has established momentum, but the rhythm of what Hillcrest is doing. You watch where they get in the shot clock and the shots they're trying to get, they just look a little more comfortable.
Free throw jumper, well defended. That ricochet is no good. Taylor tracks down the rebound.
Great block out there by Trevor Taylor.
Here comes Lindquist.
And I'd like to see Crimson either, turnover there, but a tough catch. It looked like he might have been held a little bit. But again, I'd like to see Crimson get just a little deeper in the shot clock in this first half. You want the other team to have to play as much defense as they possibly can. Wear them out. Make them hate defense.
As they say, the old cliche, pass up a good shot for a better shot. And sometimes you got to work the ball 7, 8, 9 passes to get that better shot. Wilkerson on a drive. Spin move to the middle. And he just left it short. Beautiful move, but he could not finish. Lindquist to the rebound. Whips it ahead to Taylor. Taylor right to the middle. He'll go with the left-hand shot. Up and in, but they're going to wave it off. It's going to be a dealer collision charge on Trevor Taylor.
To see on the replay. That's a bad call.
He's kind of stepping backwards, isn't he? He wasn't square.
He spun around him. I just think we've talked about it all season. The block charge is the hardest call at every level of basketball. But that one, I think sometimes the refs look for it too much. The offensive guy should get the advantage.
Appreciate dealer collision, though. If you've been in an accident, the dealer to trust to fix it and get it done right. Dealer collision. 7-4 our score. Hillcrest Huskies have the 3-point advantage over Crimson Cliffs here in our Boulevard home game of the week. Little baseline J.
And that's actually 2 fouls for Taylor, so he's going to take a seat, and still Barbin's going to come in.
And Barbin got the bounce out rebound. Now Luke Johnson with a Euro step left hand finish off the window.
And that's where he's the most deadly, and that's what this Crimson team has been missing. And so as help comes over now, will he be able to jump stop and find the open guy?
Drive on the baseline. Spin move is shot right off the bench. That was the Miles Mahler, the other brother.
This will be interesting to watch too, because I think as we see the replay here, as Mahler goes baseline, he does the same spin move. And I'll tell you what, that's probably, we just talked about favoring the offense. That's probably going to go to the offense 9 out of 10 times.
Even though Lindquist was straight up, the hand went into him.
Still might have hit.
They did hit hand to hand, yes. But in Lindquist's defense, he looked straight vertical above his ears with the left hand. But
yeah, I like the D. I think sometimes those just your hand hits the other guy's hand as he shoots it into it. That's a hard play, but I think the ref got that one right.
And Miles Mahler takes advantage. First Fabulous Freddy free throw and the second are both good. Fuel it up, wash it down, and get big gas savings. When you get a car wash at Fabulous Freddy's, you save 20 cents per gallon every time at the 2 Southern Utah Fabulous Freddy's. They got locations up in Lehigh and all over Las Vegas as well. Appreciate Fabulous Freddy's, longtime sponsor here on the Fan Sports Network. Lindquist straight away. Barbin's going to hoist a three and hit it, knocking it down. Still Barbin. That's a Cache Valley Bank triple.
And that's a big shot. They really needed that. It's 9-9 with just over 2 minutes left, and it feels like the crowd's getting into a little bit, and you can see defensively this could be a good possession.
Brandon Sluga, head coach of the Huskies, barking out the offensive set he wants here. They're going to dump it down to the low block and kick to the corner. 16 on the shot clock, back inside on the low block to Miles Mahler. He'll go drop step left hand, and he got the friendly bounce, and down it goes through the net.
And you can see already that Hillcrest is really going to play a 4-out, 1-in. They're going to try and find mismatches on the block, and then if doubles come, they're going to kick it out for a 3 as we see Still Barbin hoist one up.
And then Carroll grabs an offensive rebound. Second chance points opportunity here. Into Feltz, ball fake. Won't go to that left hand, he'll go to the fadeaway right hand, and he scores it. That's his move right there, bread and butter.
I love every time he's just a little more patient. He's so long and he's so skilled from that low block. When he's patient, good things happen.
11-11. We are tied up with 1:12 left in the first quarter on the Scooters Coffee Club. Not for long, though. Deep three goes for Zach Tanner. And we talked about in our keys to the game. They like to shoot the three. And now we got a whistle and a foul on a pass from the corner against the Huskies.
And that's the first team foul for Hillcrest. 3-1 in the fouls.
Fast flowing first corner.
There. Yeah, interesting play there. That's probably one that didn't affect the game, but when you're that close to it and you see it, you just have to call it.
You could see Drake kind of react to boom, hit him on the hand pretty hard after the pass had let go with that right hand. And Miles Mahler, who's been a spark off the bench with a couple buckets, has the personal foul. 1 minute exactly left on the Scooters Coffee clock. Appreciate Scooters Coffee location, brand new, and Hurricane opened up last fall. Excited to have them on board as a high school sponsor here on the Fan. Scoop tried a little slithery pass. It's blocked right back to him, and then his shot is blocked.
That's where the rust has hurt him just a little bit. That's one where kick it back out. You have time on the shot clock. You're down 3. You can't just force those types of shots. And, middle of the year, he wasn't doing that. It's just when you've only played 2 games in the last 6 weeks, it's hard.
Probably still had about 10 seconds to go 2 for 1 if they could have done so. Instead, Hillcrest here with 13 on the shot clock, 28 on the first quarter game clock. Passing on a 3, drive to the middle, spin move, kick out, and still good defense, nothing available. Down to 3 on the shot clock. Got to let it fly. Deep shot from Robinson is no good. It's blocked away. Here comes Phelps, 14, and they grab his arm, and it's a foul on the Huskies.
Yeah, interesting there. And again, that's one where, we talk about the rules of basketball. I'm going to say rule number 9, which is you have to move without the basketball. But rule 10, it might be down the list, but it's just as important, which is you never give the 6'11" guy the outlet pass at the volleyball line. You dribble it 2 more times, and you get him inside the paint, then you feed it to him for the thunderous dunk.
Oh, and they try to feed Phelps, and the hold call going to be called on Zach Tanner, the big man for the Huskies, and that's going to be 2 quick ones on Zach Tanner.
And they're already looking to the bench. They're going to sub him out for this final 11 seconds. This will be interesting to watch if Crimson can capitalize on a in the key, in the paint play here. And he did. He wrapped him up. But I think Sean's been complaining about that all year. He's so long that, the big guy usually gets roughed up a little bit more because of their size.
6 seconds now into Phelps, and quickly doesn't lower the ball, scores it, and a technical foul called on Sean Phelps. We'll have to look at that one again.
This will be, I think, his second foul. Let's see here. We're waiting for the score table to update the board, but you can't do that. I don't know if we can see the replay on that. It looks like he gave him the too small.
Oh, he kind of just said something in his ear.
And he's got a couple of these this year. It's one of the things that look, the players talk, the coaches talk, the referees talk as well, Devin. They've teed him up a couple of times for taunting, 2 other times. I think, when you see that, you don't have a choice as an official. You have to call that, as we see Mahler there get the first of the 2 technical foul shots.
And yeah, I mean, he did say something, and the referee was 6-7 feet away on the baseline, clearly saw it, so I have no argument with that call.
I don't know. I think he gave him maybe the too small. I saw a couple other guys give the too small, which I get that. I think that's good. If you're LeBron and you want to do that kind of stuff, great. But, respect your opponent, play hard. You've got a chance to really do something special. I think if you can have that back, obviously you do it different.
Emotions running hot. It's the playoffs. Wilkerson at the horn. Good if it goes, and it's too strong. We played 1 quarter here. 2-point lead for the Huskies. Woo. We'll take a break. Message from our great local partners. Come back with quarter number 2. Again on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Huskies 15, Mustangs 13 on the Fan Sports Network.
We give you the green light. 4 Seasons Auto Sales. Hook you up with some wheels. Drive on out of here. We give you the green light. Buy here, pay here. You can apply online. Now it's time to ride.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey
on fire. Our friends over there at Nets on Fire who Ignite AU tryouts are open through the first week of March. Learn more at netsonfire.org. Keep track of our other score updates and, of course, first round playoffs in the 4A going. The one score I wanted to mention, a tight one, Desert Hills and Jordan, 12-9 Thunder into the first quarter.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to watch. I think, look, I really thought that Crimson might be able to jump out to, a 5 to 7 point lead in this first quarter, but it feels like they're, this game is a little dangerous as we almost see a turnover there by Nelson and a slash by Marsden right down the lane. Great move by Noah Marsden. We've got Noah Nelson and Noah Marsden, the two Noahs who are in off the bench for Lindquist and Carroll. Of course, Trevor Taylor, Devin, has 2 fouls, and so he's too critical to rush into the game at this juncture.
Three-pointer from straight away, and the friendly bounce does not go Hillcrest's way. It's off the Huskies. It'll be Crimson basketball.
And a lucky break here. These are the ones that I'm talking about. The viewers at home can see this. Big Sean's going to go after that. Everyone else did a good job of boxing out. You got to go crash the board. You're
just
the biggest
anticipate
guy.
a little earlier, right? Just go a little earlier. Those long arms. Mustangs. Huskies tied 15-15. Drive and a scoop shot, but no shot, they say. There's a hand check foul on the floor against the Huskies. You're going to see right here a little bump from the backside there. And they call that on Josh Pike, junior guard.
And we'll see the big fella, Zach Turner, with 2 fouls, come back into the game. Again, I don't think you can sit him very long.
And there's a nice little leaner, and off the window and down it goes for Noah Nelson.
Great shot fake, put it on the deck, come to a jump stop and finish it. One of my favorite plays. And of course, rule number 3, come to a jump stop.
There you go. Stats all season long brought to you by Down East Furniture, Down East Outfitters, 245 North Redcliffe Drive. And we got a tie ball, mad scramble, and it's going to jump it up. Alternate possession will stay with the Huskies.
And right immediately we see the 2 Noahs come in and provide a spark. 17-15, just under 7 in the second for Crimson now. And a jump ball there. That'll become crucial in the second half as Crimson, barring another jump ball, will receive it in the second half.
The largest lead of this game is Hillcrest by 3. It's been tight from the get-go. Wilkerson thought about the 3, drives it to the right side, too strong, trying to get his own miss, and I think he's going to get fouled or get called for a foul. He's going to get called for a foul on him. Noah Marsden will pick up the personal foul.
And that's where, again, I know Sean wants those dunks, but you can't leak out. You should be getting 12 rebounds a game. You're that athletic. You're that skilled. Pay the price on the rebounds.
There he is. There, he's listening to you. And Sean Phelps grabs the rebound and ball deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mustangs.
And Devin, it's not a slight, right? Like that guy, he's so good on the block. He's so skilled. He's so athletic. He's so long. If he'll just commit a little more of those rebounds, it's an absolute difference maker for this Crimson team.
6 minutes and approaching 30 seconds left on the game clock. Mustangs lead by 2. They slip a screen to Phelps. It's deflected. He gets it anyway. Hook shot good. Sean Phelps, he's got 4 field goals, 8 points in the game to lead all scorers.
And you see the size difference and how impactful his length and athleticism is.
Oh, and a steal. Noah Nelson diving on the... Oh, but it gets picked back up by the Huskies, and they get granted a quick timeout. Rhett Robinson with great effort there. And Coach Sluga from the bench calls the timeout.
And a great... He's really good on ball. Sometimes, depending on time and situation, he'll mismatch, but that's one where I think he really anticipated that well and got the steal, which forced Hillcrest into a timeout.
Going to keep it right here. Timeouts all season long brought to you by Luke Udy and Associates, your local American family insurance agent here in St. George for great service, great rates. See how much Luke can save you on your home, auto, or life insurance. Call for a free quote, 435-251-9102. And if you haven't noticed, your premiums have been on the rise, and a lot of people from the big carriers switching to some of the local companies like Luke Udy at American Family Insurance. So don't pay more when you can save. Appreciate Luke Udy. Ben, fantastic, and now the largest lead of the game for Crimson at just 4 points, but maybe momentum switching just a little bit here as we're 6:12 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's going to be interesting to see how Hillcrest responds. They called a timeout. Will they be able to set up something? Wouldn't be surprised to see Wilkerson on the block in a post-up situation. If he draws attention, it's a kick out.
Husky basketball. Miles Miles Mahler with it. He's got 5 points off the bench and probably going to get a lot of minutes here in the second quarter with the 2 fouls on Zach Tanner for the Huskies. Inside Mahler, little left-hand shove. No, Wilkerson grabs the rebound. Nelson fell down and scored by Wilkerson.
A great rebound, and you see how they got 30 rebounds a game as we see Crimson's got 12 for the game, and Hillcrest, as we see, a great three-point shot by Scoop Johnson. Hillcrest has 7 rebounds, so Crimson is leading the rebound advantage. That'll be something to watch.
Appreciate Red Rock Real Estate. From land to luxury, learn more. RedRockRealEstate.com. That 3 by Scoop Johnson gives a 5-point lead, but Wilkerson scores another one on the block.
And that's the one I'm talking about. You could see he pushed off. We had a perfect angle of it. The ref had a perfect angle of it. Those are the ones that's so hard to call.
Wilkerson nearly a steal. Noah Nelson trying to save it. He can. It's going to be Husky on the baseline on their own end, as it was Wilkerson that got a tip in front of that entry pass as they were trying to feed the big guy, Sean Feltz.
And I attribute that. Looks like that probably would have been Crimson ball. A great hustle. But that's where on the offensive end for Crimson, you've got to kick that to the wing and let the wing guy make that pass.
Now a steal going right back to the Mustangs.
And the turnovers that we talked about, this is one where it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. I don't know who called it.
Or a stoppage.
Yeah, I don't know what the stoppage was for. But that's one where right there it's like, okay, a little bit of helter-skelter, come down, set it up, get a good play, get it into the big fella. But it's not always the guy who first has the angle. Sometimes you got to kick it to the wing, fake a pass to make a pass, rule number 4.
22-19, Crimson leads. Another Nets on Fire scoreboard update, but first a 3 from the corner. No, Lindquist leaping in for the putback, his first bucket of the game.
And now a little bit of contact there, and Crimson on the rebounds has really done a great job of controlling the glass.
It was almost an alley-oop putback there by McKay Lindquist, and the score at the other end, and back and forth we go, 24-21. Mustangs lead by 3. Lindquist in the corner, looking inside for Feltz. Now go to the middle to Carroll. Carroll lobbing it high for Feltz. It's stolen away.
And Dev, that's the one I'm talking to. Swing it to the wing. Let him make the over-the-top pass.
Mahler drive in the middle. Kick to Wilkerson. He'll take a 3. That's too strong. Rebound controlled by Noah Marsden. Over to Carroll on the bounce across the timeline into the front court, and a little bit of a reach there and an easy call for the official by Damani Wilkerson.
That'll be his first. And great call. Easy one to call there.
Yep.
When you're 6 feet from the ref, and we'll see Trevor Taylor come on, give big Sean Feltz a little bit of a break. Trevor's got 2 fouls. That will be something to watch the rest of the 4 minutes. 24-21, Dev, second quarter, first round, 4A state playoffs.
The thing you like for Crimson and Coach Murdoch, already 6 Mustangs have scored now. Obviously, Sean Feltz leads the way with 8, but 5 other guys. The only other guy with multiple buckets is Scoop Johnson so far, but everybody's kind of contributing right now in this first half. Noah Nelson looking for Taylor. Turnover again.
Just trying to do too much. I love putting pressure on the defense, but you've done your job when you draw the attention. Jump stop, kick it out to the opposite wing for a wide open shot.
Spin move, Isaac Miller driving, forcing his way in, and he gets the bucket.
And I think Lindquist got the brunt of that as he catches the elbow right in the face.
Noah Marsden, a transition 3, and that won't go.
And now dangerous here, Devin.
Hillcrest running into the front court. Backing it out now is Mahler, and then a steal by Carroll. And Mahler, I think, called for the reach-in foul after he lost the basketball. Taylor, great front there. And then, yeah, that really got grabbed.
You know, Hillcrest has some expertise on their bench as well. Coach Sluga comes from a massive Utah basketball family. In fact, his dad coached the Roberts at Bingham years ago.
Really?
Who ended up going to BYU. And, of course, you know.
Freddie Roberts?
Ken Roberts.
Ken Roberts.
Yep.
Awesome. Down at the front of the shot clock here. Plenty of time. It's going to be Lindquist in the middle. Lost it, got it back. Stops and starts. Guarded by Wilkerson. He'll get it back up to Scoop. Scoop to the middle. Little teardrop from 14. Too short. Tip in by Taylor. No. Bounce around. Scoop put back. This time good.
And the glass has been the difference in this game, as that's Crimson's 15th rebound versus 7 for Hillcrest.
Less than 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Up and in. Nice bucket by Jay Watkins, the sophomore, his first points of the night.
And I don't know what rule this is, but you've got to keep a guy in front of you. Make him hit an off-balance three-pointer in your face. Don't just give up a strong hand.
Shot from Scoop won't go. Offensive rebound, Marsden. He'll kick out.
And Dev, you see how helter-skelter it is? It looks like they're so anxious to shoot it.
Scoop, another shot that won't go. Drake Carroll grabs the rebound, and he's fouled on that loose ball rebound.
But just make them play defense, right? This goes for both teams. It's like it's hard to play defense for 35 seconds. As we see a replay there, clear foul. And that's going to be 4 team fouls on Hillcrest. Next one will be that infamous double bonus.
And that's
new
the
rule.
Second personal foul on Damani Wilkerson, the leading scorer. Came in 11.7 points a contest, 5.9 rebounds. And Coach Slugo sending 2 subs to the scorers table as the Fabulous Freddy's free throw is in from Drake Carroll.
Quick update, Pineview up 24-9 in their first round matchup.
Appreciate our updates all year long. Brought to you by Nets on Fire. Check out their basketball training programs as well as their AU Ignite team tryouts. Sign-ups open. And a miss by Carroll. Lindquist on his deck, laying on his back, grabs the rebound, whip it over to Marsden, wrap around back to Lindquist.
You see how the ball's moving right here, Dev?
Oh, they call it travel on Scoop.
Yeah. I think it needed to be one more pass as we see the replay here. Well, I'm okay with that. I'm okay though. You did have Carroll over wide open in the corner, but I'm okay with that. Great hustle play by Lindquist, great decision by Marsden, great kick out, almost everything perfect as we see Crimson now in a full court trap. Oh no, and they've got him. Okay, I was going to say that's going to be Trevor Taylor's third, but they got him on the sideline, out of bounds. Hillcrest Crimson ball. 2:08, Devin. 27-25.
Mustangs.
Come on.
Mustangs by 2. It's been tight. Hillcrest is led by as many as 3. Mustangs have led by as many as 4. That's it. Not a lot of separation between these two teams here, who are both.
New man on the court, Dev. We've got Steele Barban coming back in, who had a instant impact there in that first quarter.
For seeding purposes, if you're wondering, Crimson came in the 13th seed in the 4A bracket and 20th seed for Hillcrest. Another backdoor cut, and it's deflected and stolen. This Husky team is getting in the passing lanes.
And Devin, that's the 9th Crimson turnover. It's just too many in 12 to 14 minutes.
And Wilkerson, hard drive on the baseline, scores. So points off the turnovers. And you're right, 9 too many. Coach Murdoch's probably going to address that. And that was one of the keys to the game we talked about back in our pregame show. 1:35 to go here in the first half. We are all knotted up, 27 apiece here between these two teams in the first round of the 4A playoffs. Scoop, wraparound. McKay Lindquist, jump stop, off the window, and down it goes.
And this is Scoop's potential. He draws so much attention. Great jump stop, great feed to Lindquist, great finish. That's what they need more of.
McKay 2 for 2, 4 points so far in the first half. Wilkerson now behind the back, guarded by Scoop. And we've got an offensive foul. He wrapped around the back there, the hook call, and it'll be Crimson basketball, Ben.
As we see the Holbrook replay here. Yeah, oh, he did. He chicken winged him just enough.
Oh, he's on the
draw the attention and either finish or pass.
Ezra Bell was the one that was fighting with Drake Carroll on that rebound attempt. Kick inside, and he left his feet, and it's a travel on the Huskies. How many turnovers is that now?
It's going to be 6 to 9. Both teams. Anytime it's one and done, if you win or go home, I think it's hard to kind of calm the nerves. But 9 and 6 is going to be 7, is too many for these two teams at this point of the season.
Stats brought to you by Down East. Get to Down East for their feather sectional. Perfect, fits in any room, easy to clean. Down East Furniture. And a whistle and a foul, no shot.
But it will be a shot in terms of 2, because this is again, we're going to get to rule number 11 by this game, this point of the season, Devin. Don't foul when you're in the double bonus, 22 feet away from the basket.
With 26 seconds left on the clock, yeah.
Make a guy hit a tough shot.
Yeah.
We've seen too much of this in AAU basketball. We've seen too much of this at the All-Star game in the NBA. Make guys make tough shots. Don't just give them an advantage and let them turn the corner. Great job by Drake Carroll, attacking the hoop, recognizing a guy is going to reach, and getting 2 freebies.
Tomorrow night, country line dancing lessons and then the dance at the rink. Learn more at skatetherink.com.
Sounds like date night for Devin and Robin.
Yeah, on a Thursday night. Robin would like that. My wife would like a little country line dancing. Yeah. I would make a fool of myself.
Maybe Uncle Jeff takes his bride out there and they do the old Texas two-stepper.
Yeah, well, he is related to my wife, so he probably could do dance better than I could, Ben.
Yeah.
I've seen you with some moves.
Yeah, I got moves. Not as much of the country line dance, but certainly.
Free throws made, so Crimson has a 4-point lead, 20 seconds. Hillcrest into the front court, kick out to the corner. 3 is in the air, too strong. Air ball, Barbin trying to keep it from going out of bounds, and he could not.
And sometimes the hardest shot to corral, speaking of being here in the corral, is a air ball 3-pointer. As you see, it kind of stunned him a little bit. It's like, wait a minute.
And still just needs to come down with that clean.
Yeah,
it went off his leg out of balance, and he couldn't recollect
Air balls are just so hard to handle on 3-pointers.
And now Hillcrest looking to hold for 1, down to 10 here in the second quarter. Wilkerson out top. Kick it over to the wing. Now they got to go with 1. Shot from downtown, short, and the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs get a defensive stop late, and they'll take a 31-27 lead into the break on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
I like it. I mean, they're back up 4. It's the biggest lead we've seen of the game. I think this is going to be interesting to see how these two teams come out. Of course, we'll talk about that at the halftime recap.
Yep, we're going to rally. It's the Rally Stop halftime show. When we come back, 2-minute timeout for our TV viewers on the live stream and our radio listeners on the Fan Sports Network. We'll have scores from all the other games around the region and around the state as the 4A state playoffs are underway on a Wednesday night. Back after this 2-minute timeout.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Don't miss our big anniversary sale at Patio Furniture. We're offering the biggest savings of the year. From umbrellas to sofa set to accessories, don't miss out on our anniversary sale from February 15th through the 24th. Visit our new showroom today.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Don't forget, with every wash, get 10 cents off per gallon of gas at Fabulous Freddy's.
Welcome to the Rally Stop Halftime Show. Reaction and the analysis of the first half. The Fan Sports Network.
We are back here at the half, 31-27. Mustangs lead by 4. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist, Chris back in the Findlay studios, Cannon, our video producer, Jeff, our statistician, the truck keeping us on track, and we're having a blast tonight. Glad you're hanging out with us here on the Fan Sports Network. First, let's take a look at our Down East stats. Individual scoring in the first half for Crimson. Sean Phelps led the way with 8. Scoop Johnson had 7. Drake Carroll 5. McKay Lindquist 4. And then 3 for Still Barbin, 2 for Noah Marsden, and 2 for Noah Nelson. Here's the interesting thing. Everybody that played, all 8 guys that played, scored, Ben, in that first half for Coach Scott Murdoch.
Yeah, and that's what you like to see in the first round of the state playoff, because you're going to need guys to have timely baskets. And really, you know, a great team effort. They were a little rusty coming out there as Hillcrest jumped on top at that first quarter. They seemed to settle in and do a much better job in that second quarter to execute and earn the 4-point advantage going into the break. For Hillcrest, they've got some scoring too, Devin. They've got 6 of their guys who've already scored this game, led by, looks like we've got Isaac Miller with 7, the big fella who's got, no, I'm sorry, it is Isaac Miller with 7. He's got that early 3 and then the 2 twos. Free throws, interesting, that's 3 of 5, 3 of 4. Crimson's shooting 75% there. Turnovers are the thing that have really been interesting. Crimson, I'm sorry, with 8, and Hillcrest with 7, so pretty evenly matched. It feels like maybe Hillcrest has gotten some more points off of turnovers. And then when you go to rebounds, Crimson has more than doubled them up. They've got 18 to Hillcrest 7. And again, that's interesting, Devin, because Hillcrest averages about 30 a game, while Crimson only averages about 24.
Yeah.
So I would have expected that to be a little more evenly matched, and I think that's part of the way that Crimson was able to get back into the game, but also get the 4-point advantage.
Seeing some highlights there. Wilkerson with the putback for our streaming. Nice little teardrop runner by Drake Carroll. Good action. We're well in line to get our Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert. We just need over 55 points, and everybody can go to the St. George Yogurtland after the game. And
I think Pineview nearly got it in the first half.
Yeah. But we could check on those other scores for you. Desert Hills, comfortable lead, and Pineview with a very comfortable lead right now at the half. 43-16 Panthers up on Uinta, and 37-16 Desert Hills leading Jordan. Now that Hurricane at Bear River game, we have the link up if you want to watch that on the fansportsnetwork.com, but that's starting in 2 minutes. That's a 7 o'clock tip, whereas all the games down here in St. George in the 4A first round were 6 o'clock tip-offs. And who are we honoring tonight, Ben?
Looks like we've got swimming.
Swim team, state champs, back-to-back for the boys swim team at Crimson Cliffs. Awesome. Gabby Hassenbach, the AD here at Crimson, is introducing the swim team.
And this is the boys state championship swim team right here. And is that some of the football guys?
It looks like it.
I think that is the football team down there. Yep.
There's Andy Stokes, head football.
And there's the football team.
Well, he's the assistant
what a great
coach.
year! What a great year for Crimson as a school. Golf
state championship, football, baseball's won 2 in a row, swim's won 2 in a row. In fact, the boys golf team's won 3 out of 4 since the school opened. Yeah.
And I know this basketball team certainly hoping that they can get their name in the mix. But I think they have some youth coming up. That'll be an interesting next couple of years for them as we see Dixie, who kind of, they're going to see some of those seniors move on, and Snow Canyon going to see the loss of Owen Mackey. Pineview's going to see the loss of 2 of their dynamic seniors, 2,000-point scorers.
But there'll be a new wave of talent coming up. By the way, Hillcrest Huskies, I was up at the state drill competition a couple weeks ago at Utah Valley, where the basketball tournament will start next Monday, and the quarters will be Tuesday and the finals on Wednesday of next week. And the Hillcrest Huskies drill team was the 4A state champs.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
great waffle place right across from Hillcrest High School.
It's not far from Post Malone's Pink Raising Canes.
And I love Raising Canes. I wish it would be fun to get one down there.
Can we get one?
I'm sure they would sponsor high school sports too.
Yep. We are at the half presented by Rally Stop. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist hanging out. 31-27 is our halftime score. And rebounding big edge for the Mustangs, like you mentioned. Turnovers 9-6. Talked about that. Nobody has scored in double figures right now, but a lot of guys knocking on that door. Leading scorers again, Sean Phelps with 8, Scoop Johnson with 7, Wilkerson had 8, and Miller had 7 to pace the Huskies.
And I think we'll see a lot more of Wilkerson on the block in the second half. I think he's really been effective down low. But what's interesting is this is a Hillcrest team that I think we were going to see a lot more threes out of them this game. They're 2 of 9. Crimson is 2 of 7, and that's kind of where they've been. They've been about 3 to 4 threes a game. They've had games where they've only had 2.
Yeah.
And so I think for them right now to have 2, of course they had the one from Still Barb and they had one from Scoop Johnson. That's a good sign. Coach Murdoch is definitely in there saying, look, guys, we've done a great job so far. We're back in this game. We've got the possession arrow for us in the second half. I would expect to see Scoop Johnson on a post-up or Big Sean Phelps on a post-up. I'd love to see that Desert Hills backdoor play that they run hard and they get a backdoor play. But definitely going to tell them you got to limit the turnovers, keep up the rebounding, and force Hillcrest off the line to make it so that they can't get back into this game in big chunks.
All right, let's take another time out here inside our Rally Stop halftime show as it's 31-27. Mustangs leading by 4 over the Huskies at the break. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back. We'll talk more about the second half adjustments and get you ready for the second half action in this 4A state basketball playoff first round game live on the Fan Sports Network and streaming on the fansportsnetwork.com.
Nets on Fire is the premier indoor basketball training facility in southern Utah with 4 full-size gyms and group and individual training packages available for every age and skill level. Nets on Fire can elevate your game. Hoop it, Nets.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile. Scooter's Coffee, open 7 days a week.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
This is Parker. This is Jason with Team D Auto Sales. Supporting local sports for over 20 years. That's 2 decades. Come to Team D Auto Sales at 488 East St. George Boulevard or teamdautosales.com. Yeah!
Team D, Team D.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture? Your go-to for dorm rooms, kids, and
Welcome to the Rally Stop halftime show. Stats, reaction, and the analysis of the first half. Here's the Fan Sports Network team.
Welcome back, everybody. Rally Stop halftime show. Love our sponsors. Appreciate the rink. Country line dancing tomorrow night. Learn more at skatetherink.com. They got retro nights on Fridays. They always have cool theme nights. Great place for a birthday party at at the rink. Appreciate Handel's Homemade Ice Cream, Intercap Lending, and the Scott Gibson team. They got a loan for you, competitive rates, exceptional service, 619-8080. And, of course, there is no off-season at Intermountain Sports Performance. Get sports-specific training at Intermountain Sports Performance. Locations from Logan all the way down to St. George, 5 locations. Now, here is Ben Lindquist, who has left me in the broadcast booth. You can see for our streaming audience, he is down on the court. And they're going to have one boy, one girl, and they're going to get an opportunity here to sink a putt to win a nice little prize. So we'll keep an eye on that. And remind you that the other scores at the half that we have in Region 9 basketball, Pineview up big on Uinta 43-16. Desert Hills leading at halftime 37-16. So those are some pretty lopsided halftime scores. Here it's close, though, 31-27. Crimson leads Hillcrest by 4. And again, nobody scored into double figures. And a little bit surprised, Huskies only shoot 2 of 9, so under 20% three-point shooting. 2 of 7, right at 37% in that first half from beyond the arc for Crimson. And so now we've got our contestants coming out, and we're going to get the putter going here. And I'm not sure what the prize is. Cannon, did you hear what the prize was that they're putting for? This feels like a playoff game. We've had the swim team and the football team, and then we had the dance performance and the cheerleaders, and now Hillcrest is already out warming up, but Crimson is now breaking from out of the locker room here, and we're going to have a chance for some prizes here as it is a 4-point lead inside of our Rally Stop halftime show. Appreciate Rally Stop. Go stop by a Southern Utah location, fuel up, get your snacks, get out to the game or post-game celebration needs. Stop by Rally Stop. So one of the cheerleaders got called. She's got to hit this and a little bit to the right, And there's going to be one more contestant. It's been rainy the last couple days, so there hasn't been much time to get out and practice. Now this one looks online, and did it nick? It was a nick? No, just missed, I believe. Just missed. So close. So close. So I don't know if we got a winner or not. We get a mulligan here. Ben's in charge. I'm hoping he's going to give somebody a mulligan here, and we'll see what they decide to do. You look at some of the other matchups going on tonight in 4A basketball. Cedar is up at Mountain View. That game's tipping off here in a few minutes. Skyview is at Timpanogos. Park City's at Provo. And the other games, Payson and Mountain Crest, and then Hurricane at Bear River. And again, we've got the link up. Pregame is underway, and the link to watch that game tip off 7 o'clock on the fansportsnetwork.com. And now we've got another contestant here. A little putting challenge. Looks like a Spider tailor-made putter, and just missing. And now I think our final contestant here. See if you can get this one online a little bit more. A little bit more of a baby. Need a little break to the left. Oh, and it's inches from the cup. I don't know if that wins anything or not. So we're having a good time here at the Fieldhouse at Crimson Cliffs. They're leaving 4 minutes on the clock. So let's do this. Let's take another 2-minute timeout. Ben will rejoin me in the broadcast booth. We'll wrap up, talk second half adjustments, and then the second half action as Crimson leads 31-27 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. It's our Boulevard home game of the week playoffs opening round here from Crimson Cliffs High School. Stay with us, everybody.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture, your go-to for dorm rooms, kids' rooms, and first homes? Well, the times have changed, and Down East has changed with you. Down East is proud to offer our beautiful collection of high-quality furniture designed to elevate your space and make a statement. From stylish sofas and dining tables to cozy bedroom collections. If you're starting fresh or looking to upgrade, Down East has everything you need to create the home you'll love.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
The Fan Sports Network is your home for local sports. Catch The Drive with Devin Dixon from 7 to 9, and From the Bleachers with Caden Formaster and Mark Musgrave from 4 to 6. Plus, Utah Tech and high school sports live on the radio and streaming on the fansportsnetwork.com. Relatives coming to visit, not enough room, or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool. Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit St. George, Utah, vacationrentals.com.
Here at Custom Lighting Solutions, we provide the perfect answer to lighting your home and property.
No matter the occasion, you can trust our product to make your house fun and beautiful.
Don't miss our big anniversary sale at Patio Furniture. We're offering the biggest savings of the year. From umbrellas to sofa set to accessories, don't miss out on our anniversary sale from February 15th through the 24th. Visit our new showroom today.
Welcome to the Rally Stop Halftime Show. Stats, reaction, and the analysis of the first half. Here's the Fans Sports Network team.
Yeah, and excited to be with you on your Wednesday night. Let the playoffs begin. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist. Game tonight brought to you by Patio Furniture. Discover the new location of Patio Furniture at Gateway Drive. It's over there next to Confetti Kids Club. Take advantage of perfect timing to enhance your outdoor space, indulging in their anniversary sale going on through the 24th. And don't miss it. 24th. Hey, you got 3 days to go get some brand new patio furniture and save some dinero over at Outdoor Patio.
Well, and I'll tell you what, the weather is going to be warranting some outdoor patio stuff.
Once this rain gets through here, right?
Yeah, we saw the ground out. We're going to have an early spring. This is just to help it, get the water levels up and make it so we can water all the golf courses, and of course some drinking water helps too.
Yeah, stop by Patio Furniture of St. George at their brand new location. Now, did we win? Who won? The last putter that was the closest to?
Yeah, we had a girl cheerleader winner. I think her name was Bella, and then Hinckley, a late addition from the student crowd, and got to give him for the enthusiasm. He raised his hand and said, "Hey, look, I'll be the guy." And sure enough, he was. $100. That was brought to you by Filter Fix. Cool. Austin Holbrook, a former Desert Hills player, involved in that. They won a $100 gift card to Nike or Lululemon.
Nice.
Hopefully they'll spend that local, because local is how you win, Devin.
You didn't see what a statistician was raising in his hand, and he's low on funds in his wallet.
Yeah, I should have called him, but I don't think Uncle Jeff could have got down there.
Does three putts count with the snake game in effect?
Yeah, he's used to giving $100 for 3 putts.
Second half adjustments. Your Hillcrest only 2-9 shooting in that first half. I'm sure Coach Sluga wants them to keep firing if they're good looks.
Well, I think they have to in order to win this game. They're going to have to get something hot from the three-point line, and maybe something to watch some foul trouble a little bit for the big fella, number 33, Zach Tanner. He's got 2. Sean Feltz just has the 2 as well, one of those being a technical, and then Trevor Taylor with 2. He was able to stay clean that second quarter as he entered the court and had an impact.
Crimson keep working the ball through Big Sean.
Yes, I think this is going to be the play right out of the thing here, is either, they're in a little bit of a zone. Interesting to see Hillcrest, we see their zone for the first time tonight.
Scoop Johnson spin move into a jump shot, left a little bit short, rebound controlled by the Huskies.
And he's turning, I think he wanted a call there, but that's one where just get back. Like, I've never seen in my history of announcing, playing at multiple levels, never seen a call reversed at this level.
30 seconds into the second half, Hillcrest getting their opening third quarter possession here. Wilkerson gives up the dribble, kicks it out for a good look at a Miller 3. Back iron too strong. Drake Carroll with the rebound. Outlet to Taylor. Whips it over to Lindquist. Over to Carroll. Beautiful feed, and Carroll can't make it.
A lot of contact. I love the action.
Should have been a foul.
Great skip by Taylor. Great pass by Lindquist. And I like the shot. Looked like some contact.
No call, though, and we play on. Hillcrest on the dribble drive to a spin move, and a hard shot won't fall there for number 23, Anton Mahler.
And I've been hard on Big Sean Feltz, but great rebound. He snatched that out of the air.
Backdoor cut. Scoop to the corner, and Drake Carroll lets it fly. No. Ball batted around, controlled by the Huskies. A couple Mustangs in the vicinity. Good job by Lindquist not to tip that so Carroll could get a clean catch and get a clean look at that three. It just was too strong off the back iron. Minute and a half into the second half. Nobody has scored yet. Still Mustangs leading by 4. There's a triple, and that won't go.
Great rebound there. Let's see what they can do in transition.
After the Rhett Robinson miss, Scoop Johnson thinking about it. Now he'll pull the trigger on the 3. No, but an offensive rebound by Sean Phelps. Backing his way into a right-hand baseline. Drop step shot won't go. Kicked out to Taylor. Over to Drake, and Drake lays it in.
I've said it all season. Trevor Taylor really is an underrated passer. Way to give the ball up. He could have shot that, Devin, but instead he finds the guy that's 2 feet from the hoop for a wide open shot.
Yeah, you're right. He had a 12, 15-footer pretty open, but got Drake the easy layup. Wilkerson in the corner. Whips it to a cutter. It's tipped and stolen away. Taylor got, I think, a tip, and Carroll grabs it. Here comes Drake. Down to Sean. Sean whipped it outside to Taylor. Taylor on a hard dribble drive, lost the handle, and here comes Hillcrest. Lead pass ahead. Breakaway lay-in and up and good, and Isaac Miller scores at home.
And I just, you've got to have a guy back. That's too easy of a play, unless it's it's just too easy of a play.
Carroll outside, working against that zone. Goes off the foot, and it's a turnover. Here come the Huskies, 2-on-1. Scoop's the only guy back. Over to Robinson. Blocked by Phelps, but it blocked off the window and into the hole. And so the bucket is good. And I think they call a goaltend here for hitting the backboard. Yeah, it had already hit the glass.
Well, I don't know what he's looking over, like maybe it's...
Does Coach Sluga want a technical here?
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying because it went in. So, yes, certainly you could have maybe called a goaltend. It still looked like it was on the
Well, watch the baseline official. Afterward, right here, he goes ahead and he gives a signal like it's a goaltend.
Yep.
But the ball had already went through the net.
Yeah, and Coach Sluga's waving like, hey, look, well, that's goaltend, but the shot went in, and maybe he just didn't see that. Or maybe he wanted a foul on that as well.
So the Huskies have cut the lead down to 2, 33-31, with 5:05 left on the Scooters Coffee third quarter clock.
Drake Carroll looks like he might have rolled an ankle or something. We see Noah Nelson come on for him, but it felt, Devin, like there for a minute that Crimson was going to blow it open. And now we find ourselves in a 2-point ball game, and advantage Hillcrest here in the third quarter.
Little weave out top to Scoop. Scoop going to force it up and left it short.
And that's the one where just come to a jump stop. You've drawn your attention. You've done your job. Find the next guy.
Huskies deflected by Taylor, but to get it back, kick out to Miller, and Isaac Miller hits a Cache Valley Bank 3.
And you see how critical turnovers are. 10 turnovers for the Crimson Cliffs Mustang.
And about 40-50 fans making the trip down for Hillcrest. They are into this game right now as they have taken a 1-point lead.
Need to find a basket here from somebody.
Lindquist, mid-range jumper, a little short. Ball picked up. Now they get it back to Lindquist. Off the window and one. McKay Lindquist scores it with the offhand. He'll head to the line.
And I like that shot there. Great job. Sean keeps it alive. Noah Nelson, little pocket pass, little Patrick Mahomes style. Lindquist with the left gets a little bit of the hurt. Let's see if he can get the harm.
His dad was left-handed, but he is a righty, so that's the offhand.
He gets that from his uncle Sean, a great Utah player at Alta. Rick's college for 2 years.
He was a righty.
BYU.
Yeah.
On some of those great WAC teams under Coach Roger Reed.
35-34, Mustangs back on top. That shot misfires out of bounds.
These are the little things. Like, look, as hard as I've been on number 24, he had active hands. That's something his uncle would tell him. Get your hands up there. He tips it, creates the turnover. It's not the glorious one where you get in transition and it ends in a dunk. It's the critical one. Those you look back at the end of the game and think, man, it came down to a couple possessions.
Here is Scoop Johnson. We'll get it over to Nelson. Now a risky pass. Taylor tries to grab it from the backside. He's falling down, and they're going to call Trevor Taylor on a foul, but that's not his fault, as that pass just not there. That lane closed up.
This is, again, this is rule number 9. Fake a pass to make a pass. If he was to fake that, Devin, and then kick it to Lindquist on the far side, then it's a wide open shot. Slow down. As Coach Lynn Christensen at Pineview would say, be quick, but don't hurry.
Coach Lynn in the building tonight? Have I seen Coach Lynn in the building tonight?
I don't see him in his regular spot. It looks like his brother is, though, Ralph Christensen.
And a steal by Noah Nelson. Nelson crosses over, kicks to McKay Lindquist. Mid-range baseline jumper, not this time. Ball batted around and controlled by Hillcrest. Hillcrest outlet, want to run. And Noah Nelson with the thievery. They got numbers. He'll whip it to Scoop. Oh, and he's trying to kick it back out, and Nelson was sliding to the corner, and a turnover when the Mustangs had numbers. Hillcrest catches a break there.
Well, and Nelson had Sean for the dunk.
Just Scoop turns down, yeah.
Yeah, and that's, again, we just said it. Be quick, but don't hurry. You got 35 seconds. At the college level, it's 30. At the NBA, it's 24. You got the most time in organized basketball to shoot it. Take your time.
A couple games are at the end of the third quarter.
Oh, boy, Dev. And now we've got Trevor Taylor at the volleyball line on Crimson's side. He actually reaches in as we see the replay, and you know what? Well, boy, it looked like the Hillcrest player kind of cleared him off a little bit, but that's going to be his fourth. Yeah. I don't think we'll see him until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, still 3 left here in the third. A couple Nets on Fire score updates. Pineview 58-38. Third quarter just ended, and Desert Hills 60-37 also into the third. Those games pacing a little bit ahead of this one of the 4A first-round games that were the 6 o'clock starts. All those 7 o'clock starts are now getting underway. We'll pass along scores as we have them.
Well, and we talk about turnovers. That is number 10 for Hillcrest as well. We have Crimson with 12.
And it looked like Mahler wanted to back down and post up and
dribble over, get the angle.
Pass to Barber in the corner to a cutting Lindquist. It's tipped around, and that's stolen away. Yeah,
I like the idea. I think that was there, but just fake the pass to make the pass, get the next guy open. And rule number 7, you know this one, Dev. Don't leave the basketball.
And now a bucket by Wilkerson, and Hillcrest back in front, 36-35. I think that's the 4th or that 5th maybe lead change of this game between these two teams. Turnaround jumper, Scoop Johnson, oh so pretty.
Great shot to stabilize this Crimson team. With 2 minutes left, they're up by 1, 37-36. Much closer than I think they anticipated.
Deep 3 by Isaac Miller. Why not? Nothing but net for Miller. That's his 3rd 3 of the night. And he's now, I think, the leading Hillcrest scorer. Lindquist, mid-range jumper. That's too strong. Loose ball. It is hiked out of bounds by Wilkerson, and Crimson's going to get it back.
And those are good shots. Those are ones I love the decision by Noah Nelson. Find the next guy. I love squaring up. That's a shot he makes a lot.
Right on line.
Great job of not giving up on the rebound by Marsden and Nelson, and they get
into Marsden. Back up top to Nelson.
This is where, Dev, you got to move without the basketball. You can't stand. You're too easy to guard when you stand. If you get that dribble, penetration, cut from the weak side, basket cut, don't make it easy.
I like that sweep through to the left hand there by Noah Nelson.
And 2 team fouls for each team here.
And only a minute 43 in the quarter, so nobody really in the 2-shot situation here, unless there's 3 fouls by one team quickly. Scoop to inbound it. Barbin, Marsden, Lindquist, and Nelson on the court for Coach Murdoch.
This will be that little duck in by Scoop here. Great pass. I expect Marsden to make this. Oh, geez.
Airballed it too strong. But Marsden gets the deflection.
I love the effort there. You miss it, you airball it, come back and make it up on the other end.
Here comes Noah Nelson driving down the lane. Got to get it over to Lindquist. Lindquist wide open, little mid-range J. Yes, sir. Nothing but nylon.
And he's had a couple of those little pocket passes Noah Nelson has. Great job, though. I don't know if we got that one on the replay, but my goodness. Great effort by Noah Marsden to get down there, save it, bring it back on the other end, get a great pocket pass again. Lindquist squares up. Nothing but the bottom of the nylon.
And we'll take a 30-second timeout here from the Fieldhouse. We haven't settled anything in the first round of the 4A state playoffs. 39-39 on the Wilkinson scoreboard on the Fan Sports Network.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
As multiple generation builders exclusively in southern Utah, Devin, Craig, and James Sullivan of S&S Homes were born in St. George and have been building exceptional homes since 1980. S&S Homes has 8 neighborhoods with homes for all stages of life. If you're ready to take a tour of one of our move-in ready homes, visit SS Homes.
3 southern Utah locations.
Hey everybody, welcome back here on a Wednesday night to 4A State Playoff Basketball presented by the Boulevard. It's our game of the week here on the simulcast on the Fan Sports Network, streaming on the fansportsnetwork.com. And this is a tight one, tied at 39. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist, and the whole crew here ready for crunch time. 1:25 left on the third quarter. Scooter's coffee clock. Just a reminder, if we get over 55 points, everybody can get the free Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert tonight after the game at the St. George Overland.
We have some fact checkers out there. Someone just messaged me and said, be quick but don't hurry is not Coach Lynn Christensen. It's John Wooden.
I love it. I love it. And a whistle and a foul on a breakaway there. There's a nice whip pass ahead, and there's a couple times the Huskies have got behind this Mustang defense, and Marsden had to foul Ezra Bell, and Bell will head to the fabulous Freddie's free throw line.
Well, and this is a lineup, frankly, we just haven't seen much this year. You know, when you get two guys that are in foul trouble, you know, this is a lineup you're not used to seeing. So that isn't just on offense. That also spills a little bit of trouble for defensively, and especially if you're picking up full court.
Shot from the free throw line on that second attempt, no. So splitting the pair is Ezra Bell, and here comes Crimson Cliffs trailing by 1. Carroll over to Barban.
And this is, again, move without the basketball.
Flip it
Fill
back.
and replace.
Nelson at the free throw line, over to Barban. Barban puts it on a bounce. Terminates, looks, he's going to have to kick it out to Nelson. Nelson, great anticipation, starts to drive as the ball was short on the pass, and then the foul comes.
And this will be 3-team fouls for the Hillcrest Huskies. I think this one's going to be on the ground.
Noah Nelson, I like the effort tonight. He's just got 1 field goal, but he's making some plays that haven't showed up in the stat sheet, like that one right there.
And it'll be interesting to watch here. I think he's only got those 2 fouls. I think we'll probably see Feltz back on the court here at the quarter.
And a lob pass on the entry is stolen away by Bell.
It's just another turnover, and that's just so difficult in a 1-possession ball game.
And that is what, 13, 14 turnovers now for the Mustangs? As we check the Down East Furniture statistics, I believe that's 14. And now we got a timeout taken by Coach Sluga.
14 turnovers for Crimson versus 11. Both of them turned it over, but 14, I think.
Is that good defense? Sometimes, yes, but there have been some bad passes.
Like that right there, you've got a timeout. I know you don't want to use it in the third quarter, but use that opportunity instead of giving them a free possession. But again, this goes back to rule number 3, Devin. Fake a pass to make a pass. Set your guy up. Move the defense with the ball. And then next, you got to move them with your cut. So if a guy's not open, right, then it falls to the responsibility of the other teammate to set a guy up, a good V cut. Go in, get some body, and get back open so that he can be in the best position to score or get that pass.
Hey, looking at a couple things. One, we'll have at least, we know, 3 games potentially, maybe 4 on Friday for you, but we know we'll be at Dixie High. Desert Hills going on to win, it looks like, going to the fourth quarter up by 20. They would go to Dixie on Friday night. We'll have that as our Boulevard home game of the week on a Friday night. It's 60-37 after 3 over there at the Thunderdome. And then we know Snow Canyon will be hosting, and they will get the winner of the Mountain View Cedar game, so we'll have that game. If Crimson wins this one, we know they're going up to Cache Valley to Green Canyon.
Of course, we'll bring that game as well on the Fan Sports Network.
And Pineview would be going up to take on Ridgeline.
Yeah, a couple Cache Valley Region 9 matchups.
Yep, and Pineview's up big right now, over 20-point lead over at the pit right now.
That one's all but a formality, just waiting for the whistle to be blown.
Yep. And a lob to Wilkerson. He lost the handle but saves it. Tanner shot no. Ball batted around. Barban trying to control the rebound. And it's last touch by Bell, who was diving on it. And he was on the baseline, so Crimson will have it back.
A good hustle here by Steele Barban. Lindquist battling the big guy. And Nelson and Barban were just stuck guarding 2 guys. Again, that weak side. Open your chest up to the biggest part of the court. Find your man and find the ball with the pistols. And you'll always be in a good possession.
See if Crimson can retake the lead here. Hillcrest leading by 1, 40-39. They can hold for 1. The shot clock is off here. Late third quarter. Clock down to 12. Outside is Carroll with it with 10. Gets it over to Noah Nelson. Nelson with 7. Whips it over to Barban. Barban with 4. Gonna shoot it up off the glass. Got it. Still Barban and a foul. And one opportunity for the quarterback Still Barbin.
The guy with many haircuts and many moves. Great strong hand move. Loses it for a second. Recognizes he's got to get it off as the shot clock or the game clock expires. Nothing but off the glass and some nylon to welcome him home for 1, but not 2, but maybe 3 points. Devin Dixon, 41-40, 1.4 left in the third.
Mark that down as maybe a potential Applying Wholesalers Plus playmaker play of the game. If that momentum carries into the fourth quarter, because it does give Crimson the lead, and Barbin will toe the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line here for the old-fashioned three-point play.
And they put another 1.4 seconds on. There's 2.4. Chance to maybe get something going towards the other end for Hillcrest and get a last-second shot up. Barbin subbed in Feltz here. Now it'd be interesting to see if they put some pressure on the ball. Well, then they're going to not get the free throws.
And Barbin misfires, so a half-court shove won't go. We played 3. Mustangs at home lead by 1 in one of the tighter games in the first round of the 4A playoffs. Stay with us, put 4 fingers in the air. Fourth quarter coming up when we come back on The Fan.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu
And we are excited to sponsor local sports this season. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Hanging out with you here at the Fieldhouse. Tight one going to the fourth quarter. And again, stay with us all the way through our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. How about this little and one top play nominee for Still Barbin? Couldn't convert from the free throw line, but it does give the Mustangs the edge going to the fourth. And it will be Hillcrest basketball to start the fourth quarter. Ben, what do you see here? I mean, nerves starting to ratchet up for both these teams, both these benches, in a tight one tonight here from the Fieldhouse.
And here's the problem with a little bit of a lower seed versus a higher seed is the advantage, I think, goes to Hillcrest because they don't have anything to lose. They've lost 6 of their last 7. They got a losing record on the season. The more this game is tight, the more that puts pressure on, I think, Crimson Cliffs.
And the more Hillcrest believes they can pull off the upset. A trap, they get it to the corner off a pass, and it'll be a jumper from the baseline, no good, up there by Zach Tanner. And here comes Still Barbin. He'll stop, pop, transition bucket, down it goes. Barbin's got 7 on the night.
And you called it. That play may be what got Crimson the space that they need as he scores 4 straight there.
43-40 our score. And it's still by Barbin off a deflection. And here comes Still.
Is that a pun, Bev? A still? By Still?
Yes, indeed. And it's almost coughed up, but Scoop tips it out to Lindquist into Feltz. Too strong for the big fellow. Rebound, Tanner. And the Huskies.
He usually tries to dunk everything. I'm a little surprised he didn't try and throw that one down.
Yeah, we kind of want that house of jump dunk tonight. We were calling for it from the get-go, and we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. I was going to say, I thought they were going to call a travel there as Rhett Robinson kind of fumbled it and stepped. And we'll see the replay here.
Does he drag that back? It looked like he was kind of like 1, 2. He stays planted.
Yeah.
Good timeout by Coach Sluga, brought to you by Luke Udy and American Family Insurance. Do want to thank some of our other great sponsors while we have a moment. If you see or hear their ads, tell them thanks for sponsoring high school sports here on the Fan Sports Network. Jersey Mike's, they'll name our sub of the game. We've got, of course, let's see, whoever I have. City of St. George, one of our newer sponsors, jumping on with this. And a lot of these kids you see out on the courts in Region 9 probably started by playing youth sports through the City of St. George Recreation. All their baseball signups are open at sgcityrec.org. Your journey starts there. Appreciate Patio Furniture of St. George. Got that new location over there on Gateway Drive by Confetti Kids Club. And, of course, they got their big sale, anniversary sale going on now through the weekend, through the 24th. Got 3 more days.
Getting a final from the
Pit.
Nets on Fire scoreboard here. 75-53 final, Pineview over Uinta. And they'll be moving on to Ridgeline Friday night.
Yep. No surprise there. And hopefully we'll have a link on the fan for the stream on that game from our friends up in Cache Valley. Wilkerson in the corner, 18 on the shot clock, backing down on Barbin. Lost the dribble, looking for some help. He kicks it out. Here is Miller. Miller, guarded by Scoop. Now he'll get it to Robinson. He'll give it up quickly, set a pick. Back to Miller. And now a double team. Miller lost it. He wants a timeout. Did he get the timeout, or was it a shot clock violation? I think he's going to get granted the timeout.
I think Coach Sluga is saying, no, we'll just do the shot clock violation because they're going to have one. They're going to have 1 second, as we see right here on the replay. Good job by Lindquist and Feltz.
You can see.
And oh my gosh, they're going to have.
He points to the bench and grants the timeout. They give him the timeout.
Deb, I think they're going to have maybe less than a second on there. We're waiting for Coach Ben Peterson. They do. They put 1 second back on the shot clock.
And that's their last 30. I think they only have 1 full timeout remaining, and we still have 6:42 left in the 4th quarter in a tight one.
Yeah, that's one where.
And they do put 1 second on the shot clock.
Again, I think Coach Sluga is saying, okay, so the refs are conversing with the assistant coach, saying, okay, do we have enough time? Is it 1 second? Does that actually go to the 10th of a second, or is that one
do we
full
need a
second?
tip, or can we actually catch?
And that's a great heads-up job there by that Hillcrest squad. Make sure as you're drawing up a play that you understand the rules of engagement. Just like Sean Connery and Hunt for Red October.
How about the job Hillcrest has done on Sean Feltz in the second half? A Sean Connery reference from Ben. No points in the second half for Sean Feltz. A little bit surprised by that. Comes in averaging over 20 a night.
And that was one of our keys to the game early in the pregame was, will they be able to stop Feltz? I think you've seen Steele Barbin. Lindquist has had some outbursts. Scoop has had some steadying play, but surprising that Feltz it does not have more points.
And they get it in. They catch the turnaround jumper. I think we'll count it, but he didn't make it. Rebound Scoop. Scoop wants to run across half court. Down the left wing. Now circle back out. Down to the corner to Carroll. Carroll will pump fake, then shoot the 3, and it's short.
And that's again, with only taking off 8 seconds on the clock, you're doing Hillcrest a world of favors in a 3-point ball game.
43-40, 6:18 and ticking left on the Scooters coffee clock. Kick it over. Another 3 by who else? Mr. Miller. Not this time. Rebound Carroll. Here come the Mustangs. They got numbers, and that's a pretty much an intentional foul. It's not called a flagrant, but he was trying to stop the fast break.
Yeah, clear path is what they call that now at the other levels. I like get the ball up the court with the pass. You've got a 3-on-1. Get it up there, and that's most likely a dunk for Sean Feltz. I like that you got the foul on him early in the 4th quarter. That's 4 on Big 32. My goodness, Isaac Miller. Yeah, that's actually, you know what, I take that back. Good job, Drake. That actually puts the pressure on them, the guy that's had the most points for them tonight.
Yeah, he's got 3 threes and 3 field goals. He's got 15 points to pace the Huskies. He'll have to sit for a few minutes. Scoop Johnson on a drive to the middle. Nice pass. There's Drake Carroll up and in.
And that's what I'm talking about. When you come to a 2-foot stop and you just put pressure on the defense, you've done your job. Give it to the next guy. Great job.
Mustangs dig in defensively. Hillcrest down by 5, needing a bucket. They go to Wilkerson. A little push shot with the right hand. No. Rebound Lindquist. Here comes Scoop. Cross the timeline. Whip it ahead. Barbin pump fake. He'll take the 16-foot jumper. Too strong. Carroll grabs the rebound. Whips it to Big Sean. And Big Sean gets his first bucket in the second half. He's got 10 on the night.
And that'll be good for him to see go down for Big Sean. I think that's his 12th point on the night. Let's see, 8. No, that's his 10th point. So he does get into double figures. Great
Another
defense.
Shot, no good.
Great defense by Carroll. Great rebound by Sean Feltz.
Here's Scoop. Right down the middle. All alone. Left hand Right-hand laying up and in.
And great decision there. You saw the two Hillcrest players went with the shooter, Lindquist, in the corner. Great decision by Scoop to use that kind of hesitation fake to get open and score at the left.
All of a sudden, the largest lead of the night balloons to 9 for Crimson, and a quick miss again, and now the Mustangs have it right back.
And the hard thing about this, Devin, is you've used most of your timeouts for Hillcrest. How long can you go before calling a timeout to calm things down?
It is a final. Desert Hills has won 71-51 over Jordan High School. Still Barbin takes and hits a 3. Cache Valley Bank triple, nothing but the bottom.
And this might be, as we see, Hillcrest has got the big fella back in the game at the scorer's table. Well, they get a quick bucket there. They quell the momentum.
And here comes Scoop. Kick to Barber. Can he get another one? Yes, he can. Why settle for 2 when you can have 3?
But this is what Scoop's got to do. Yes, if you have it go all the way, but not come to a jump stop and find the open guy. Open shots are easier than contested.
13-point lead. Barbin hitting 3s and a steal by Scoop. And a hard foul by Mahler. And Scoop didn't like that as he kind of took a step towards Mahler, who walks right past him with a bump.
And it got a little bit heated. Scoop's over here clapping it up to the Hillcrest fans. I mean, look, we're going to see the replay here. Scoop gets the steal. Maybe, and they are. They're going to call it technical. They're going to call it technical here, Dev. Kind of interesting. Let's see here. He gets the steal. He reaches in. Maybe a little bit of an Oscar there. I don't know if he'd get, lead actor. He's probably going to get best supporting actor in that one.
And so here's the free throw from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line by Scoop Johnson, who's had a couple nice finds with some assists and a couple nice defensive plays here to really give Crimson a cushion in a tight game. Under 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The lead going to the fourth quarter was 41-40, and all of a sudden it is a 15-2 run by the Mustangs. And Scoop splits the free throws. The lead stays at 14. Can't get that second one. Don't forget, for a limited time, you can get $9.99 and join the Unlimited Car Wash Club. Yes, that's right, just $9.99 a month. Stop by a Fabulous Freddy's for all the details and get signed up. Wash your car as much as you want. And don't forget, big gas savings, 20 cents off per gallon at the pump every time you wash your car, even with the unlimited pass.
56-42, under 4 minutes. This is
and the possession.
This is a time where, look, you've got to be able to get something going if you're Hillcrest. And as Drake Carroll lines up a 3, great rebound by
Noah Nelson.
Yeah, great job there.
And he gets fouled and sprawls out of bounds as he was trying to save it back in.
And quickly, it's 3. This will be interesting to watch too, Devin, as the refs sometimes fall into this trap. 3 team fouls. Sorry, they just took one off. Now it's 3. They put it back on. 3 team fouls for Hillcrest, 0 for Crimson. It'll be interesting to see if they call it a little closer down here to try and balance out the foul count.
But a couple of those were on purpose almost by Hillcrest, trying to stop fast breaks.
Hopefully they recognize that.
And there's another blocking foul. That's 4 now. And at this point, they might say, okay, you're going to have to win this game from the line. Let's just get to 2 shots. Because
that's just a dangerous foul there, because for Isaac Miller, that's going to be his 4th team. No, he's fouled out.
That's 5
He's
on
fouled
Miller.
out. And you hate to see him give up one on that. As a player, you just got to know, hey, look, I can't quite reach. Give him a little more space. Make a team like Crimson make a 3 contested.
Well, the 3s, those back-to-back 3s by Barbin have really blown this open. And a tight one is now a 14-point lead. Crimson has the possession. It is Scoop triggering it in. Right to Carroll. Right-hand land just too strong. Rebound. Here come the Huskies. Cross the timeline. Stop and pop. The transition 3, no. Rebound Scoop. He's got an outlet, but it's going to be a whip pass. And it doesn't get there, but Drake picks it up. He'll kick to Barbin, and another 3 for still Barbin, who is on fire at the field house.
And give him credit, he's made the wide open ones. He's been the guy that's got the most wide open ones, and he's done it by knocking them down.
Turnaround 18-footer up and in by Zach Tanner for the Huskies. And finally, their 4th point of the quarter comes right at the 3-minute mark. Feltz holding, gets to Scoop. Scoop wants a triple. That one no good. Big Sean trying to grab the rebound, can't. Here comes Mahler. Miles Mahler into the front court, going all the way to the rack with the right hand from the left side, and he scores it. Beautiful move in transition by Miles Mahler, who's been a spark off the bench for Coach Sluga tonight.
A little bit of full court pressure here. Great move there. Boy, a risky old man defense, reach around Olay defense there, and they get it. But that would have been 5 team fouls. That would have been free throws.
And now a foul by the Mustangs. That is the 15th Crimson turnover of the night. They've done a better job in the second half, though. They had 9 at the half, just 6 in the second half. And that one against some full court pressure. Inbounds goes to Tanner. He'll go inside to Mahler. Mahler left-hand shot, no, but a whistle and a foul. And Miles Mahler and the Huskies down by 13 will head to the stripe for 2 shots. That's on the shot. Foul on Drake Carroll. Again, coming up, the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. And Ben and I will break it all down.
For Still Barbin, he has 5 3-pointers. They had 2 at the half. And boy, they've come out here in the second half, and Still Barbin's made all of them.
7 threes on the night for the Mustangs then?
5 total. Yeah. And he's got 5 of them. He has them all. I'm sorry, 6 threes. He has 5 of them.
Wow, good stuff.
And he's a guy. If he's hot, like it's kind of interesting. He'll kind of find open spaces on the floor, and you see, none of those were contested. They were all just, hey, let it fly. And a guy has enough time to take time like that. He's a good shooter.
It's been a consistent scoring effort. You look down the score sheet, a lot of contributions coming from the lineup for the Mustangs tonight, and Still Barbin leads all scorers with those 19 points. He'll trigger it in. Lead is 12 after the free throw. Still, and it's still right back, but no, a foul. A foul going to be called on the Mustangs. Huskies not done fighting here with 2:14 left, and that is foul number 3 on the Mustangs. So still 1 foul to give before that'll put the Huskies on the line.
Yeah, and again, I said watch out for this. And those are fouls, obviously, but,
And inside to Mahler, and 1 opportunity shot won't go, but he will head to the line. And Barbin will get called for the personal foul. It's, tough to close teams out, but you got a little cushion here. Obviously, you feel like this is a game that's in Crimson's hands as long as they make free throws down the stretch. And Mahler does.
It certainly hurts having Isaac Miller in fouled out of the game. He's the guy that had made all the threes for these guys.
Yeah.
But again, it's a potentially a 10-point ball game. 2 minutes left. I don't think they're out of the woods just yet.
And that second free throw does cut it exactly down to 10.
And good timeout here as they jump into some full court pressure. Good chance to drop some stuff, maybe.
And we will take the break. Let's get a message in from our sponsors. Catch our breath here. 30-second timeout, back for the finish here on the Fan Sports Network. Mustangs lead by 10 on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes from Logan to St. George for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified team in all of Utah. Call 435-251-2299 to find the location nearest you.
Indulge in luxury at Outdoor Living. Join us at the St. George Parade of Homes this week. Discover our exquisite patio furniture, showcase in select homes. Elevate your outdoor living space with us. Visit our showroom today.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Here, our Boulevard home game of the week. Crunch time, 2:12 left, and lead is 10. Thanks to that, what was it, an 18-2 run?
18-2 run there, yeah.
To start the fourth quarter by the Mustangs.
And to Devin Dixon, he called that there, which was that Still Barbin and 1 potential at the end of the third quarter. Would that give them the momentum? And it sure did.
And now a whistle and a foul as they get it into Noah Nelson. And free throws coming, and this is going to be interesting. The final 2:10. Can the Mustangs seal it from the free throw line? You look at the season, and this is a 64% free throw shooting team as a whole for Coach Murdoch.
And it'll be interesting to see how he manages this last 2 minutes. You certainly want to have foul shooters and guys that take care of the basketball on the court.
This is a good guy to have at the line, though, because he is 86%. Switch Jeff headsets there, Ben. So there's the 86%, nothing but nylon. And Noah Nelson will have 1 more.
11-point ball game. 2 minutes and 10 in the fourth. Certainly when you look around the region and what Pineview did to Uinta and what Desert Hills did to Jordan, a little bit of a surprise here as we see a tighter game. And really, even though it's a 12-point ball game, it's been much tighter than this score indicates. Great run by Crimson. Can Hillcrest weather the storm and get back into it here in the final 2 minutes?
Good job by Noah Nelson hitting those 2 freebies. 3 by Tanner from the corner. Yes, sir. There is a Cache Valley Bank triple and a timeout by Coach Sluga. I think that's his last one. And I think this is a full. And it is. That's their last full. They had to burn all those timeouts on some jump ball scenarios and stuff. We'll keep it right here. Reminding you it's on tonight. If you're listening or watching, if you go to the St. George Yogurtland, you can get 5 ounces free frozen yogurt. The Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert. I think this is, year number 4 or 5 that they've had that partnership with Holbrook and Yogurtland. So swing on by and just say, hey, check out, I'm here for the Holbrook Asphalt Dessert. Everybody in your party gets 5 ounces free. Load up. If it goes over 5 ounces, you pay $1 or $2, and you get a great discount there. And a lot of people have been taking advantage of that. So do it on a playoff Wednesday night here. As Pineview, like Ben mentioned, they win big. Desert Hills wins big. And here, Crimson trying to ice this one up 61-52 over Hillcrest, thanks to a run here in the fourth quarter to get a little cushion. But that Tanner 3 has kind of cut that lead down to 9. It's the closest they've been since about the 4.5, 5 minute mark of the fourth quarter. And Barbin pushed that lead up with those back-to-back triples. It will be Crimson basketball. And how long do you go before you foul here, Ben, and try to make Crimson continue to earn it from the line?
I think you give it about 5 seconds. You try and get the trap early there.
And they break the press. They lob it to Big Sean. And it's a house of jump, 2-hand slam. Oh, yeah. There's the Big Sean dunk we've been waiting for all night long. Get you that text line, but a 3 in the air, no good. Rebound Crimson. Lead is 11. Scoop playing a little hot potato to Marsden. Over to Barbin, and they foul him. Marsden got fouled. All right, so the dunk of the night in effect. Write this number down. Type in your phone right now. Text keyword dunk, D-U-N-K, to 833-644-2423. 833-644-2423, and you will get 1 hour free jump time at House of Jump. Marsden from the free throw line got it. 1:32 to go, 12-point lead, and Marsden will have one more. Again, text dunk to 833-644-2423. Second one no good.
Don't want an and one here.
And the ball loose, stripped away. Bell picks it up, flips it up, and is fouled. We'll have to earn him from the line. What a fast season. I mean, we kick the season off with our Region 9 basketball media day. You get through the preseason, all the tournaments, get into region play, and before you know it, it's a win and go home scenario. And Crimson is a minute 22 from getting a shot up north against Green Canyon on Friday night. You got to believe if Crimson is packing their bags to maybe stay up there next week as well, right? Because do you turn around and come home on a bus on a late Friday night, then turn around and go back up Sunday? You may as well just stay up there.
If you happen to get the win on Friday night, you would come back Saturday, and then you turn around and go right back on Sunday, maybe get a walk through or shoot around up there in Utah County somewhere. And we got a 10-point ball game here, and they're going to have to foul. Crimson's going to have to make free throws the rest of the way, and Hillcrest is going to have to make some big shots in order to get this thing potentially into an extra period. But yeah, Deb, you said it. The season goes by so fast, much as life is. You know, time is never on our side. It's one of those things where I think these kids, by the end of the season, they're going to look back and they'll go, man, it just went by so quick. And that's why you have to really take advantage of these moments, right? Not just in life, but on the basketball court and your professional careers and your relationships. Take care of the moment. Life's too short.
And we've been hearing that a lot, especially from the Dixie Flyers, from Coach Tyler Roberts. You know, special group. He's had that group since they were, playing Pee Wee basketball in the 2nd, 3rd grade. He's been trying to tell his guys, enjoy it, soak it up, enjoy every moment. Of course, they're the number 2 seed. They'll play Friday night against Desert Hills, and we'll have that game on the live stream on the Fan Sports Network. Inside, now kick back out. Wilkerson wants a 3. Good closeout by Scoop. They go to Tanner, and it goes right through the wickets. Big Sean picks it up. Over to Scoop. 1:05 to go. Noah Nelson racing ahead, and he is fouled, and he'll head to the stripe.
And that 2 free throws here should all but spell the end of this Hillcrest season. And give them a lot of credit. They came down here. It was a 1-point game going into the 4th quarter. And then you have to turn around and give the credit right back to Crimson. They exploded for an 18-2 run. And really they're going to seal the deal from the foul line as we see Noah Nelson make the front end.
Well,
do we still call it the front end when they get 2 no matter what? I think you call it the first of 2. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
I still kind of like the idea of having late game situations, a guy have to step to the line and make the first.
With pressure on him.
Yeah, I love watching. I'm almost surprised now when I watch a college game as Noah knocks down the second, puts the lead 68-54, just under a minute. I'm almost surprised now in college when they shoot one and everyone goes and rebounds it.
3 won't go. Rebound, though, by the Huskies. They'll take another triple. No. Rebound, Barbin. And Barbin has been great in the second half. 16 of his 19 points have come in the second half. There is no question he is our Jersey Mike sub of the game tonight for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and it looks like he'll finish if he can make these. He's got 5, 7, 10. He's got 16 with a chance to get to 18
in the second half.
That would be no. He had 5.
Oh, he had 5.
No, he had 3. So that would be 15 second half points as he makes this free throw to push it to 17. So that's 16 in the second half. And really some timely baskets. You called it. Great anticipation there as he makes a critical play.
There was a flurry where I believe he had 3 threes in a row, and 2 were back-to-back on consecutive trips.
Yeah. Well, he finished the 3rd quarter with 1, and then he started the 4th quarter with that pull-up jumper. And he's a guy like last year. He played his 2 best games of the season against Dixie. If he's hot, you kind of got to feed him. And he was fortunate tonight to get the wide-open looks that he did, and then he did the rest by knocking them down.
Another 3 for the Huskies. That won't go. They do grab an offensive rebound. Tanner turnaround jumper. That's short, but another rebound. Down to 35 seconds on the game clock here. Mahler will drive the middle, kick to the corner. A hop, a step, and a jump, and another misfire.
Like a Luka hesitation, 1 foot.
And will they foul here? Yes, they will. 22.3 left. Mustangs up 16. They're heading to Cache Valley on a Friday night showdown with the Wolves.
And they'll have to take care of a better job of taking care of the basketball if they're going to defeat that Green Canyon team, because you're going to be in a hostile environment. It's going to be up in Cache Valley. You expect them on a Friday night to have a full house. It's a little colder up there than it is down here.
And Green Canyon got off to such a hot start. I think they were 11-0 to start the year.
Yeah.
Up to top 3 or 4 in the RPI, and then they got into the region and they finished 5-5 in their region. And I'm sure Coach Murdoch has added one of his assistants, maybe taking a little peek ahead at some early scout, and they'll dive into
advanced scout for sure.
Yep, they'll dive into that tonight. Free throws good, 72-54. And Huskies with 20 seconds left going to hoist and miss another triple. The 3 just has not been there tonight. Let's get another rebound, misfire again, and that should about do it. Will they foul again? No. Coach Lucas says that's good. And Marsden will dribble across half court, dribble out the clock. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And the Mustangs start the 4A state playoffs with a home victory. The 13 seed will take on the number 4 seed, Green Canyon, because Ridgeline dropped when they lost to Logan on the season finale. So Logan got the 3, Green Canyon got the 4, and Ridgeline got the 5. And so Green Canyon next up for this Mustang team. I'm sure they're watching this one closely, getting ready for their opponent. But a nice win and a great 4th quarter. How about 31 points in the 4th quarter? They erupt for the scoreboard, 72 on the night.
And they've been really good this year when they get into the 70s. Of course, most people are. But when they get to 70s, that's sort of been a magic number for this Crimson team.
Yeah, they only average 66 a game, so 6 above their season average. You like that on your home court. Now, the question becomes, can they do that on the road against the number 4 seed? We're going to find out on a Friday night. It's a final on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard, 72-54. Coach Murdoch hoping to have him for some post-game. We'll get to all our awards, all the final Down East furniture statistics when we clean it all up with the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show after this 2-minute timeout.
We give you the green light. 4 Seasons Auto Sales. Hook you up with some wheels. Drive on out of here. We give you the green light. Buy here, pay here. You can apply online. Now it's time to ride.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on
Training
and off the
athletes
court.
from Logan to St. George for over 20 years. We guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified team in all of Utah. Call 435-251-2299 to find the location nearest you.
It's time for the Johnson Pediatrics postgame show on the Fan Sports Network.
Here we go. Now Dr. Cody and his staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry make your kids feel right at home with all their dental needs. Get the cleaning, the exam, the x-rays for one low price for new patients, just $79. They've been running that special for years and years and years. Haven't raised their prices, but you're always going to get great care from Dr. Cody and his staff. They got TVs, so while your kids are getting clean, they can watch their favorite movies, and Dr. Cody does an incredible job. Appreciate him, longtime partner with high school sports here on the network. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist, we put a bow on a 72-54 victory for Crimson Cliffs. They're moving on, Ben.
Yeah, and it was in danger for 3 of the 4 quarters as they held, thanks to a Steel Barbin play at the end of the third quarter, a 1-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and came out and just turned the tides. They got the ship turned completely around and all passengers aboard as they go on an 18-2 run to really blow this thing out and seal the deal with free throws. It was crucial. With about 2 minutes left, at about 8 or 9 points, you missed 2 or 3 free throws in there. They hit a shot. Suddenly you're looking at a 6 or 7 point game, but they didn't. They made the free throws, and they win the final game for 5 of these seniors here on their home court. They'll head up the road, of course, to Green Canyon, who is that 4 seed, and that's going to be a really difficult challenge, especially if they play the way they did tonight, which is 21 turnovers, way too much. They will be in danger of getting blown out if they have that many turnovers up there.
That's really the only negative stat for the Mustangs, though, as you check some of the Down East stats. We're rolling some highlights for you. We'll get to our awards in just a second, but 18 points for Steel Barbin. That's a game high and a team high. 14 points for Scoop Johnson, 12 for Sean Phelps. So those 3 guys in double figures, but Drake Carroll had 9. Noah Nelson had 8. McKay Lindquist had 8. You almost had 6 in double figures. If those guys grabbed one more bucket, you could have had 6 guys in double digits tonight. Very balanced scoring for Coach Murdoch this evening.
Yeah, and a little surprising. Sean Phelps only with 12, Scoop Johnson with 14. I think we would have expected those guys to be the 2 leading scorers, and we said it in the keys of the game early.
Yeah.
The Team D keys of the game. Who is the 3rd scorer going to be tonight? Well, it ends up being Steele Barbin with 18, but it also ends up being Noah Nelson with 8, McKay Lindquist with 8, and Drake Carroll with 9. I mean, you said it, almost 6 guys in double figures. And then you look over here at the Hillcrest side, they have 3 guys in double figures, 15, 10, and 12. They get a lot of guys that score some points with 7 guys actually in double figures, 8 guys in scoring, but it ended up being the rebounding, I think, is the stat we're really going to look at and say, okay,
plus 15.
Plus 15, and you expect that. That's where they should be, and I almost thought they gave up a couple they shouldn't have, but at the end of the day, a team that averages about 24 or 5 a game gets 37. A team that gets about 30 a game, 29.5, only gets 22.
Yeah.
And then you look back at the three-point line. These guys have made 115 three-pointers all season long. They make 3 tonight.
5 of 22.
It's Crimson who goes 5 of 14. Boy, Coach Murdoch would take that every single night, including this Friday.
Yeah, just shy of 40% from the arc there for the Mustangs. Obviously, Barbin hitting those big threes in that fourth quarter where the Mustangs pulled ahead. It was a 41-40 game going to the fourth quarter, and then they just go on that run and pull away and end up grabbing the 72 points tonight, the 6 above their season average. Those are some of the stats in this one. Again, brought to you by Down East Furniture. Go check out the Feather Sectional, their 2024 clothing line, including 2024 swim, has dropped as well over there at Down East Furniture. We're inside the Johnson Pediatric Dentist post-game show. All right, let's get to some of our awards here, and then we're hoping Coach Murdoch is going to stop by the broadcast booth. We'll see if we can catch Coach when he comes out of the locker room before we have to sign up. He said he was going to come up here after the victory, so hopefully he's not too excited his first ever playoff when he forgets about us here on the Fan Sports Network.
Oh, it's hard to forget about us, Devin, but if he does, we'll give him a pass tonight. But I think we'll see him up here. Put a bow on tonight's game.
First, your Findlay Subaru star of the game. The nominees tonight, you know, you could go with any of the 6 guys that really contributed. I loved the floor game from Noah Nelson. Drake was in the right place at the right time. I like the fact that he got, 3 field goals right around the rim off some really good passing. You look at the 18 points, the team high for Steele. You could look at McKay Lindquist. I thought his points, right there at the start of the third and late in the second were timely. Big Sean, almost 9 points under his average, but he didn't force the issue tonight. He played within himself. He didn't take as many shots as I probably thought he would get tonight, but, they did a good job of doubling him when he got the catch down on the low block.
He did a great job. He still ended up with 12. He had a couple timely ones as well in the second half. Spent some time on the bench in that third quarter and even the first of the fourth quarter. But tonight I really think the story is the other guys, and they really needed that. But, they're going to need Sean, right? Sean's going to need 18 to 22 on Friday night for them to be able to have a chance to move on. He's going to have to be efficient. He's going to need to rebound. I think this is one of his better, if not his highest rebounding games. I anticipate that he probably had 11 or 12 rebounds there.
I think you're right, double-double.
I think his high was 11 or 12 this season. So, for him, that's a double-double. They need him to have that many. And, of course, we see the little shovel pass here from Drake Carroll on the instant replay.
That's a pretty play, McKay. 2 of his 8 there. I think this is coming up here is our play of the game.
And here it is. Yeah, it's still Barbin.
There at the end of the third quarter, that gives Crimson the 41-40 lead.
And that was a critical play for a couple of reasons. One, he gets the foul, they get the basket, they get the 1-point lead. He opens up in the fourth quarter with a jumper right out the gate, but it also was the 4th foul on Zach. No, was it Miller? No, yeah.
Tanner.
It was Isaac Miller, who had been their really only bright spot in scoring, as he ended up having, let's see here. He had 15, and Devin, all those were through the 3 quarters, so he goes scoreless because of that foul trouble. And I think it could have been a different game if he might have been able to stay on the court. You see the replay there, the attention there from the Hillcrest players. Scoop making a great play there.
Yeah, I mean, that's our appliance wholesalers plus playmaker of the play. Steele Barbin, that momentum carries into the fourth quarter. And then, obviously, because he came off the bench tonight, he's our Jersey Mike sub of the game.
No question.
But as far as our Findlay Subaru star of the game, because I didn't really expect it tonight, I'm kind of leaning towards either Noah, Scoop, or McKay, just to share the love a little bit. Who do you like there between those 3 guys? I know you like them all, but which one deserves the star? Or do we just want to give Still all the awards tonight? He was tremendous. There's no question about it.
I think Scoop comes in with 14. He had a couple timely that turnaround jumper there in the fourth quarter that kind of started the run. Is, I think, look, give it to the senior, Scoop Johnson. He was limited by injuries this season. Let's give him the final home playmaker play of the game.
Well, the play of the game goes to Still. The Findlay Subaru star of the game. We'll go with Scoop Johnson there. And we got one more, our Mountain Land Supply defensive play of the game. I think we just saw it a few moments ago where defense from the Mustangs leading to offense. You got that pass down to Drake Carroll for 2 of his 9 points. And so we'll give that bucket defense going to that Drake Carroll bucket. It was like 4 or 5 plays ago. I missed it. Or we could go with something like this here. Look at the passing.
That was a great play here. It results in a thunderous dunk.
This house had jumped 2-hand slam by Big Sean Feltz. And again, don't forget to text in to the dunk. The keyword is dunk, D-U-N-K, to 833-644-2423 so you can get 1 hour free jump time at the House of Jump. We get through all awards. Did I miss anything? Inside of our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Let's do this. Let's take another quick time out here. We'll come back with some final thoughts and maybe Coach Murdoch. Okay, see if we can give Coach a little bit of time to get up to the broadcast booth, get his thoughts on his first ever playoff win as the Mustangs win it tonight, 72-54. We'll also set the table for you as far as the games we know about right now on Friday night, and we'll get you all the final scores from tonight, plus maybe some current scores. A lot of these games tipped at 6, like this one, but there were some 7 o'clock tips as well. So we'll check on that when we come back on the Fan Sports Network. Mustangs win tonight. They're moving on. They'll play Green Canyon on Friday.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Nets on Fire is the premier indoor basketball training facility in southern Utah with 4 full-size gyms and group and individual training packages available for every age and skill level. Nets on Fire can elevate your game. Hoop it, Nets! Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
It's time for the Johnson Pediatrics postgame show on the Fan Sports Network.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist, and hey, here we are, Coach Scott Murdoch. First ever playoff game as a head coach. Been an assistant coach for many moons, but how's it feel, Coach, to get your first playoff win in front of your home fans tonight?
It's good. It's kind of like the monkey off the back a little bit. The boys can relax a little bit, Coach said, but we have work to do. We got a great Green Canyon team that we're going to be playing Friday night, so we have a lot of work to do. What
was the message at the break? I mean, tight one at the break. Both teams had some lead changes. It was definitely tight. Hillcrest was right in it at the half.
The message was just just keep with the game plan. Let's run. Let's look for Sean. Let's kind of space the floor a little bit. We know they were kind of denying us a lot, very, very hard. So we're trying to just open up the court and drive lanes and look for cutters. So it was kind of just status quo. Let's keep with the game plan and keep moving forward.
It was 31-27. Then you get the and one from Still Barbin right there to take a little bit of momentum, a 41-40 lead into the third. And then that momentum just seemed to carry on. That fourth quarter, you go out on an 18-2 run. Tell me about that run your guys made.
No, Steele was awesome tonight. I mean, he kept us in the game, and he extended the lead for us. So Steele was just awesome tonight. Just to see him, his confidence was really good. He was shooting the ball very well. So it was good to see him do that. Yeah, obviously we got a big Sean dunk. But, you look at you almost had 6 guys in double figures. So everybody kind of contributed in their own way tonight. Yeah, we knew going in, teams are going to start doubling Sean, honing on Sean. So we told our guys in practice, multiple guys have to step up. We can't rely on Sean to score 20, 25 every night, especially in the playoffs. So, move the basketball and shoot with confidence. The only negative stat tonight, you guys were 21 turnovers. Too many. You don't want that many against Green Canyon on their home court. Oh, if we do that, it'll be over at halftime for sure. So, yeah, we got to cut those down. But the big stat that me and Ben were talking about was plus 15 in rebounding edge. You guys were plus 15 differential tonight. That's big for you. It was a huge thing that we talked about. It was one of our keys of the game, that we knew they were a good rebounding team. So we wanted to kind of show that we are a good rebounding team as well. So we came in and we did our job. How about the three-point shooting tonight? You end up 5 of 14. You'll take that. Any night, right? It was ugly, right? It was an ugly win. It's a playoff win. A win's a win in the playoffs. We'll take it. And what do you think about your three-point defense? You held them to 5 of 22 shooting today. It was huge. That was our main key defensively. We wanted to get up man-to-man, close enough they can't shoot threes. We got lost a few times on some switches, but the boys did a really, really good job. All right, Alpha, I know you put all your emphasis here. You probably had one of your coaches do a little advanced scout on Green Canyon because you knew if you won, you had them. Give us a quick thought or two on the Wolves on Friday. They're very, very good. They pressure very, very well. They press press full court most of the game. They're long. If they go to a 2-3, they got 7, 6, 8 guys at the top. Kind of like old teams from Skyview. So they move the ball very well. They have great shooters. They have knockdown shooters. So it'll be tough. We'll get the boys ready and we'll be ready to go. If you win that game, do you come back to St. George or do you stay up, Coach? As of right now, we come back. So we'll see. I wondered about that because the game would be early Monday morning. Yeah. So as of right now, at least from my knowledge, we would come back and then drive up Sunday afternoon. Guess you don't worry about that We're about Friday night. Yep. Yeah. Worry about Friday night. Congrats on the first playoff win. Appreciate Enjoy it over the next. I know you might not get a lot of sleep tonight. You're going back to work when you get home. Yes. We'll be on huddle most of the night tonight. Yes. Coach Murdoch joining us here. Post-game coaches' comments brought to you by Intermountain Sports Performance. And Coach always gracious enough to drop by here as I trip over my cord, and I'll bring back in Ben Lindquist here for some final thoughts. And Ben, put a bow on this thing, man. Great win for the Mustangs. They're moving on. Look, anytime it's one or done and you're moving on, yes, they're gonna be on huddle tonight. They're gonna be looking for film, and Ridgeline Green Canyon may very well have been watching this game tonight, and they're going to be watching film, figuring out, what did Hillcrest do well? What can we capitalize on that matchup? I think, look, if Crimson can clean up the turnovers, if Sean Feltz can continue the rebounding that we saw tonight, I think it could be a really close ball game. And I think, you give them a little bit of an advantage based on them at home. No offense to Logan, but it's cold up there. There's not a lot to do on a Friday night. It's not 70 degrees like it was here 2 days ago. I think it's going to be a full gym. I think there's going to be a packed house there, and they cheer their teams on well. They do a really good job. And so I think there's going to be some adversity, certainly for this Crimson team on the road, a long way from home, and battling a really good, it was a top 4 team in the region or the state 4A, and probably could have been top 3 if they beat Logan in their last contest. For Hillcrest, I think they had an opportunity. Foul trouble with Isaac Miller there, their leading scorer, hurt them, but they came down and did a really good job, considering their record, considering how they finished the season, and considering their seed.
it's cliche, but you got to give them a lot of credit for making that game uncomfortably close for 3 quarters.
Crimson improves to 13-10. They will face Green Canyon, who enters that game Friday night 18-5. 18-5. The record for the Wolves. 5-5 in region. Watch out for Jared Anderson, 17 points a game. Laker Ward, the former Dixie Flyer, we saw him play for Coach Roberts last year. Move back up.
Yeah, that's right.
For Green Canyon, he's averaging 10 points a game. They've got Jackson Penniger, another good player, and so it will be a battle and a lot of fun. It'll be a 4-13 matchup in the 4A bracket, and the winner will get a spot at Utah Valley Monday morning in the quarterfinals, and they'll meet the winner of the Pineview Ridgeline game. So we'll see how it plays out on a Friday night. So we know Pineview is going to Ridgeline. We know Crimson is going to Green Canyon. We know Dixie is going to host Desert Hills because Desert Hills beat Jordan tonight handily. I haven't seen a final, and I think it was a 7 o'clock start, that Cedar Mountain View game. So we'll see who Snow Canyon will host on Friday night. We'll get together tonight. We'll figure out our broadcast schedule. We'll let you know tomorrow morning on the drive and tomorrow afternoon on From the Bleachers. We'll get it out on all our socials, but we're going to get as many of the live streams as we can up on our website, partnering with some other of our great partners like Cache Valley Media, and then we'll let you know which game is probably going to be that Desert Hills Dixie game. That's going to be our simulcast game on the radio. That's kind of a no-brainer. Yeah. It's a crosstown rivalry, and they just played a week ago, and Desert Hills played them to a 5-point game, but that was at the Thunderdome. This time they got to go to the hangar.
Yeah, and that's always tough, right? And I think Dixie, their system is so good right now. They're used to this time of the season, and a team that's really, I think they've played in the last 4 state championships.
Yep, and lost 2 in a row.
Lost 2 in a row. I think they'll be prepared for that. But look, Desert Hills, Treg Holbrook, Will Hokinson, the assistants there, they do a great job of scouting. They do a great job of making modifications and finding weaknesses. I anticipate they'll bring their very best. Let's get a final on the Nets on Fire scoreboard. I think Cedar. Do we have a Cedar score?
They lose a heartbreaker to Mountain View on the road, 68-67. So it will be Mountain View at Snow Canyon on Friday night.
Look, I've seen that Mountain Crest team or Mountain View team. We saw them here. I think we did that game at Crimson. I believe Mountain View. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dev. Can we pull up that real quick? I think Mountain View played Snow Canyon and beat them early in the season. I don't know if that was one of the games that Owen Mackey was injured.
Yeah, they did. It was 69-65. Mountain View in that coach. Was that in the Coach Walk Classic? They came down for that?
Yeah, that was.
Or was the North-South?
That was the North-South, but that was Crimson. Okay, so Snow Canyon did beat Mountain View. Sorry. Snow Canyon beat Mountain View earlier in the season, 74-64. So those are two teams. We're getting to this point of the season now where there's some familiarity.
Owen Mackey had 38 in that game.
Okay, so that'll be a great game to watch too. And I'll tell you what, we're going to have them all. We're going to have Snow Canyon Mountain View. We're going to have Desert Hills Dixie. We're going to have Pineview potential. I think we'll have Pineview
at
Ridgeline, and we're going to have Crimson at Green Canyon. We're going to have all 4 of those.
We're going 4 wide again.
Go
Friday
to
night,
the Fan Sports Network. Click in the stream. We're going to be posting on social. It's what we do best, Dev. Local, and that's what we win with.
Yeah, and we thank our local sponsors. This has been the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. Make sure and go get that Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. Make sure and check out the rink tomorrow night. Their country line dancing. Check out the City of St. George. Get your kids signed up for spring sports. Your kids' journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation Department. You sign up at sgcityrec.org. Congratulations to all our award winners tonight. Still Barbin with our AWP Playmaker Play of the Game. We go with Scoop Johnson as our Findlay Subaru Star of the Game. Jersey Mike Sub of the Game had to be Still as well because he came off the bench tonight. And then we went with that steal and that finish by Drake Carroll. Defense leading to offense as our Mountain Land Supply Defensive Play of the Game. For Ben Lindquist, for Jeff, our statistician, for Cannon, our video producer, for Chris back in the Findlay studios, our radio producer, for Sebastian on the camera, the entire crew, we say goodnight where Crimson wins it, and they'll be playing again in the second round of the 4A state playoffs on Friday at Green Canyon. Have a great Wednesday night, everybody. We'll see you on Friday.